What's good to our vet shooting game family? Welcome back. I know we've been gone for a little bit, but welcome back to Vet Shooting Game. This is episode 3. You got your boy Norris. And I'm gonna let my boys introduce themselves.
What's good? It's your boy Young. Glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? It's Deron, aka B More.
Cool. So we're gonna start back up with some updates here. So we all know who won, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let you boys kick it off with the what y'all thought about the whole finals, and you know, I was actually wrong, man. Tatum didn't win. So they gave it to JB. So you know what I mean? Hey, what do y'all think?
Um, I don't think overall he played good enough to take it from him. I do think it's I don't know, man. We got these contracts. You never know. Like, think about it. If you watch what was that game 4 when they lost?
Yeah.
JB kind of went off that game. I mean, not Brown, not JB, but JT went off. But if you watched it, it was kind of like Brown was taking a step back. Like he kind of was letting, like JT work. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go, bro. You do you. But then it was like, all right, we lost. When I let you do you, we lost. Now I got to be like, hey, bro, let me go on here and step up. But I'm going to tell you something real quick, which is funny to me. I'm looking at this picture, right? You know how lucky if you look at the picture, it's the 3 players to the right of JB, while our left.
Oh yeah.
All 3 of them was on their G League team. They pulled them up just to fill the roster for the playoffs. So you went from the G League playing, and then you just you literally got on walking clothes, street clothes the whole time, and you can say you're an NBA champion.
Yeah.
Yep. Forever. Nobody take that shit away.
Yeah.
Nobody can take away from you. And I'm mad because JD Davidson should have been pulled up, but that's neither here nor there.
What's that tall dude they got? Is it Taco Falls, or how you say his first name?
No, he's not there.
Is he still there? He ain't there no more.
Nah, he ain't there no more. He was just at the game.
He bouncing around. He bouncing around leagues right now.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, he was just overseas playing. I don't think he came back to play on that roster, was he?
Nah, he ain't back on the roster. No.
Oh, okay. He was just in the dressing room because they showed a video of his daughter actually took her first steps walking.
Oh,
he probably just still real cool with the team because they were the ones that gave him his first opportunity.
Okay,
yeah, that's what drafted him.
Okay, yeah, it's dope, man. Do they get paid the same amount of money to people that they brought up? Do they get paid like the game amount that everybody else is getting paid?
I think if I'm not mistaken, playoff bonuses are for anybody that's on the roster. So I think each round you get like I think somebody said just a base cut. Like it has nothing to do with so Tatum and them or LeBron and them will make a certain amount of money per game. I think when you get to the playoffs, it's just like a base check.
Yeah, everybody get the same amount.
Oh, okay.
It's just a certain amount for the playoff share.
Just for the playoff, for the playoff share.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's super dope. Okay. How do y'all think they played? I didn't get to I missed the game that Dallas won because I was out running that 50 miler. How did that game go?
Okay, so game hold on 1 second. Real quick before you answer that. It's so basically the players on the NBA playoff teams will divvy up $33.7 million. With each team receiving a chunk based on how far the teams go. So the team payouts will range from $452,708 roughly, which roughly is about $30K per player based on a 15-player roster.
Yeah.
To potentially $12.1 million for the NBA champion. So the money, you make the first round of playoffs, 452. And as you go up, the money makes you get to the champion for winning the championship, like based on what they're saying, if they divvy it evenly, if you was on the championship roster, the series started, you can make $804,000 for that series.
That's crazy.
The cool thing is a lot of teams recently that have won championships make sure like the entire organization get that money, right? So like there's stories about people being able to pay off their houses and their kids' tuition.
I saw that. I think it
was
that whoever won who won it last year?
Denver.
When Denver won it last year, they was talking about how because everybody that's a part of the media staff gets a ring. So from the water boy. Like you got team managers, what all that.
Yeah, all of them.
They had like the trainers and all of them were a part. You had some players actually gave up a percentage of theirs to make sure that they can get some of that money. And so a lot of guys was, like you said, a lot of guys was talking about they got that money and they was able to pay off houses and car loans and student loans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there.
Yeah.
But
so far as game four, what you expected it to go? Like you just noticed that Dallas played with more energy, like they were more aggressive from the start, and it just attacked more. But it went pretty much how you expected it to go. I expected them to get blown out because they weren't going to be ready. They were going to do what Boston usually does, and that's what happened. Now,
how do y'all feel though about that? Because like it almost it mimics that Dallas Minnesota. Like that stuff makes you wonder about the league though. Like how you go 3, you lose first 3, then all of a sudden you get this like.
Now what I don't like is the way it was playing out. Is like both of them was disrespecting the game, right? Luka and all his crying, and then Tatum made that statement like, "Oh, we'll just prove it again next year." Like you ain't won yet first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to finish the deal before you start talking about next year. So I'm like, y'all, they both like, it was like, all right, man, what y'all really doing?
Yeah, it's interesting. Because it's like, people always be like, oh, it's a script.
Yeah.
Like you'll hear people say like, oh, this is a script. It was like, whatever. And, we watching the game and watching the game, you can see certain things transpire as a fan. It's different when you're on the floor.
Yeah.
But we all know the superstar is going to get the superstar calls. We knew that Kyrie wasn't going to get a lot of the calls that he should have got. Kyrie arguably could have went to the free throw line every time he went to the lane. Are they going to give him them calls? No. Is it partially because of what's been going on? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when you in the playoffs and you do certain stuff, I feel like, and I've heard guys say this before, the closeout game is the hardest game to play.
Yeah.
Like we haven't talked about hockey, but I don't know if y'all paid attention. The hockey joint.
Them Oilers push it back.
They pushed it all the way back to 7 games.
Yeah, the Oilers were down. Like they should have been eliminated. They should have been.
It should have been over. I think they down 3-0? It was down 3-0.
Yeah, it was down 3-0.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a script. I honestly don't. But I do feel like if you're a superstar, you're going to get certain calls. I feel like if there's something going on, because at the end of the day, we got referees are humans. So a foul, all a foul is to the ref is their subjective, decision making in that situation. Because we watch the games. If we just going by contact, we've seen contact that's been called a foul, and we like, yo, that's not a foul. Look how he got hit the play before.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're like, well, just because the other one wasn't called a foul, that doesn't mean that this one isn't one. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? So you never know how it's gonna play out. So do I think it's a script? No. Do I think if Luka played game 4 when he shut up, grabbed rebounds, and just played, if he played that way the whole series, I think it's
a different series.
It's a whole different series.
Yeah, it's a different series.
Didn't Whatchamacallit have a good game too? Didn't Hardaway have a good game?
He had a good
game 4.
Game
right?
3 and game 4.
Game 4. See, and that's the other thing, right? This is how I knew they were going to lose game 4. So game 3, right, where Boston end up pulling away, you get the garbage time. You let Hardaway get a rhythm at the end of the game. So now he confident. So the moment he comes in, he going to let this motherfucker fly.
Yeah.
And anytime you let any of the bench guys get any kind of little momentum and you got to go into a game where you just blew them out, you're going to lose every time.
You got to think about it too, bro. If I don't, like I said, I don't know. I'm not the coach, so I don't know the situation over there. But when you look at certain things like when Peyton Pritchard hit that half-court shot, did you see how Boston celebrated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all already up. But like they were up by what, 15? They was up almost 20 at the time when he hit it.
Yeah, I think that he put him up 20 with that shot.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But like when he hit it, but it was like the team generally was like they was behind him.
Yeah.
When you look at Dallas, you have a few guys that you can tell why they were there. And they was just like whatever. I would like to know why they didn't play the Morris twin though. Offensively, if you got to score a lot of points, I've never known him to be that guy. But if you're just trying to throw different looks at Jaylen Brown and White and Tatum, why not play him? Like how when they felt like Dallas was getting too many rebounds, even though they was winning, they put in big boy Tillman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, and we all knew what Tillman came to do. I'm going to lean on you. I'm going to bruise you. And then he went and sat down.
And you could have literally, and this would sound crazy, but you could have literally had like Morris come in and play the boxing one on White, dog.
Yeah. Let him just play D.
Yep. Let Tatum and them do their thing, but you not getting off. You or Horford, y'all not getting off. Like,
because White, you gotta think, bro, they was letting White was catching shots in rhythm. So it got to the point where he was in such a rhythm. He was just like, I remember he caught it like 1 second he was almost at the half court. He was just like,
they just turned it fire
from the top of the key.
It's crazy, man. I've been listening.
But yeah, the depth of Boston came into play.
Yeah,
like as you watched it, you just noticed they were the more talented team. Like they had just too many guys that they can keep throwing at Luka and Kyrie, and it ended up playing out in Game 5 that way.
They got to go get somebody, dog. They got to go get something this summer.
Oh yeah.
They gotta go. They better go for a PG or somebody.
They got to do something because that West ain't gonna change. Like them young boys are coming. Like they got to figure it out.
They got to go get something, dog. I would love to see KD there though, but who knows?
KD in Dallas.
I don't know about that one.
I think KD will read very well off of Kyrie and Luka's energy though. I think he'll either have to come into the fold or it'll look very noticeable.
But see, this is the thing. Once again, you're gonna have to gut your team. So then you got a Phoenix situation all over again. You got Kyrie, Luka.
Is KD a free agent?
No, he's still under contract.
I
just think he re-up.
Yeah, they were talking about trading him though.
Yeah, so he just re-up.
They said he asked for a trade, right? Then somebody said
trade rumors. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to gut your team to get KD. So then you got Phoenix all over again. You got 3 guys who can score like a mug, can't really play no defense, and then who you gonna put around them, especially in the West.
Is PG a free agent though, right?
PG a free agent. He can opt out.
They're talking about looking like PG might be going to Golden State.
Yeah, I seen that rumor.
Because Clay is a free agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clay,
you can always do a sign and trade.
Now. Clay,
see that like Clay will fit in Dallas based off of what they need and space the floor to give them more room to operate.
And his personality will fit better there because Cuban let his
because he don't care.
Yeah, Cuban let his people be who they are.
He's a player. He's a player coach first. But you know the crazy thing about it though, Cuban's that way, but I don't think that works for everybody. But it works for him, and we don't get a lot of. You don't get a lot of stuff out of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? When you think about like you don't really. I can't think about a time where it was like a lot of disgruntled people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it works for them. They haven't, they haven't won a title in years, but
that's because he had to clean house first, though.
Yeah, and Dallas is a good.
That's what it was.
Dallas is a good
because Dallas. Remember, they had that whole sexual allegations, sexual harassment, and then remember he hired the woman.
He got rid of everybody in that.
He got rid of everybody. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you was a part of this? You gone. You was a part of this? You gone."
Because Dallas is so attractive, though. Like, it's a great city. Like, it's easy to get people there, dog. Like, it's so.
Yeah.
As long as they stay out of Oak Cliff.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope they do something, bro. But like y'all said, I mean, the West just gonna get better. So
yeah, man. Because I mean, you got dudes that's 21 and 22 already tasting the Western Conference Finals, like big playoff moments.
Yeah,
these dudes ain't going nowhere.
I think you probably can give this Dallas team one more run in, because I don't think nobody expected them to get this far anyway.
No, they playing with how they played with house money this year because if you look at how they ended last year to stay out the lot, I mean to get into the lottery, and then all of a sudden you make it to the finals. They just caught lightning in the bottle and got hot at the right time.
And this year with the money that the new CBA deal, so the new TV money out there, they can possibly go get somebody like, because you got to think about it, bro. Scotty Barnes just got 5 years, $270 million.
See that, dog. I was like, Toronto. That's because he's in Toronto, dog.
No, but that's the market is the market.
The market is the market now. Like they have to, think about it. Tatum is about to get paid this offseason. This is his contract year.
And Luka
$315.
Right. They're going to keep his number. See, he didn't get the Finals MVP, nor the Eastern Conference MVP, for the playoffs, whatever, right? I wonder if they're going to use that as the navigation tool to be like, look, bro, this is what Jaylen Brown making, and he was just the Finals MVP.
They can't do it. Because in the CBA, because it's in the CBA.
Well, no, the CBA is that he got to get paid, but they don't have to max him out. I don't think it's in the CBA that someone has to be maxed out, but it's in this. But if they want to keep his number if they try to keep his number as close to 300 mil, which is what they just gave JB, would they be justified for doing it?
They're gonna give him more, a little bit more.
No, I feel like they're gonna give him more, but you see what I'm saying though? Like,
yeah. But see, you're looking at it as a rational businessman, right? They looking at it a complete opposite way, right? They looking at it, the player got the power.
Yeah.
Right? If he decides, all right, I want to walk. You know what I mean? So it's that game that they got to play with him that makes it difficult, right? You looking at it like, yo, if this was me, well, you ain't hit this spot, and this dude did. Nah, you ain't getting more than him. They not gonna look at it that way.
So like I feel like he can get like, I want the young man to get paid.
Yeah.
I just feel it causes a different riff. If I'm paying you this, right? If I break it down, because I can assume that in these contract negotiations that they kind of like break down everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if we really look back, if we take away this market conversation that people was having, and we just look at the numbers, by numbers, watching the games, the body language, the things that's going on, JB has kind of moving his way into that trajectory where it's kind of like, I'm Batman and you're Robin. But if we go by the narrative and we pay attention to the marketing standpoint of it, it would be JT's Batman and JB's Robin, because the way they promote it, it's like Jason Tatum is that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, from this side, I'll pay you this, but I'm getting this from this. So what's to say I don't get the pushback from this?
Right.
But when it's business, it's business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna do what they gotta do, and whatever happens, happens. I just feel like, yes, Jason Tatum did his thing, he played good. But I also feel like if we don't get what we got out of JB, Boston doesn't win this title.
Right.
Forget the injuries.
All right, so
forget
I got a
the
question
guys
for y'all.
that's outside there. I forgot who was on. It was like, no, he was like, congratulations to Boston. He said, yeah, this year y'all lucked up, but I'll see y'all next year. Like, we was all hurt, including me.
Yeah.
Forget that part.
Are you
When
talking
we
about
go by just the game, like watching the games we watched, until game 3, we forgot Jason Tatum was on the floor. Like Derek White was an X factor because he was hitting key shots at times, and we both know him and Al Horford not getting no bag like that, not there. Now they can use that to be like, oh, I'm an NBA champion, and you saw what I did on this team. You paid me to come over there. You know, like how
I think Horford's going to retire.
Yeah, he can retire, bro. He's been in the game for a while. This what he wanted.
He got what he wanted.
Yeah, he got his. He can go ahead and ride off to the sunset.
He's been a great
I don't think he's at the that place where he's talking about, I want to try to 2P to 3P. No, I think he's like, thank you. Like, man, I've been busting my butt. I've been in the playoffs all these years. I've been doing this. Thank you.
He did what
he said he want to play. He said he want to play till he's 40 though.
But he did what Karl Malone.
He's still under contract too.
But ain't he?
Now he's 38. Now he's 38.
38. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Listen, why these young boys look so old? Like when I don't have a haircut, I look even older.
He putting that work in, dog.
He ain't got no facial hair, no hair on his head.
He putting that work in, dog.
In shape. Look old,
man. That's that Dominican roots right there.
Like Kendrick Perkins, bro. Kendrick Perkins is younger than all of us.
Man, Kendrick letting himself go.
Forget his body. I'm talking about the face.
That's because when most basketball players retire, they just get big because they ain't running no more. They just sitting around.
And you got to think about it. They're already big guys. Like like Kendrick Perkins he's a big dude. Period.
Yeah.
Now you take away them 7 months that he's working out every day. Yeah, he's just enjoying being a family man.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I didn't know was so tall until I seen him. He in the big 3 now, dog. He graduated from Florida. Used to dunk from anywhere. Y'all know him.
White.
Yeah.
James White.
I didn't know he was that tall.
He's 6'8".
Yeah.
I didn't, but you know, he used to be real skinny coming out of college and stuff. Now he big.
Man, the TV fools you.
Yeah, he would have he grew into his frame, dog.
Him and grown man.
The TV
fool was doing one-on-one on big 3, man, at practice. The big man they got, I forgot, but I was like, man, that boy big, dog.
Yeah. No, James White is long, bro.
Yeah, he's still a dog too, man.
Yeah, you saw Jason Richardson did his thing the other day.
I wonder why a lot of these big 3 cats don't get an opportunity to get it like a bench spot, dog. Like look at Michael Beasley, dog. Michael Beasley is a walking
bro.
He is argue for veterans all day long, bro.
Michael Beasley is what today's basketball game is. Y'all want ISO, a quick bucket?
Yeah, I can play one-on-one, space the floor, like
that's Beasley
and ISO Joe.
ISO Joe was just but remember, ISO Joe was a problem when he played. Even Melo said that.
Yeah, Melo said he was the most underrated player, bro.
Listen, like ISO Joe in Atlanta,
right? And he just gonna slow you with it, right? And then that dribble was nasty. He can get loaded a motherfucker with that dribble.
And you knew he can shoot, so when he hit you with a hezzy, you had to respect it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who else. He lost weight this year in the big 3. Mario Chalmers, dog.
I like Mario.
He becoming that bucket again that he was in the early Miami days.
Yeah.
Like
I like Mario. LeBron was the worst thing that happened to Mario Chalmers.
Yeah.
Everything that we'll get to him later.
No. And when I say that though, I'm not even saying that to blame like LeBron.
No, Chalmers had to lessen his game. He had to lessen.
But LeBron going to Miami was the worst thing that happened to Mario because think about it. Mario won high school championship, college championship, got there, was playing pretty good. Then when LeBron came, we all know LeBron, especially back then, LeBron had the ball in his hand a lot. So now Mario goes from the point guard who facilitating it in rhythm so he has to try and learn a new style of basketball once he gets to the pro level. And when it's like, I can understand the ego and the bravado that some of the people have. It's like, this is what got me here.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you're stripping that from me to appease him. But then you crucify me because I'm not giving you what I was giving you before. When it's like you're not understanding, I'm not doing the same thing that I was doing before.
Yeah.
Like I'm a point guard who can see and do different things, and it happens. But I will say this though. Speaking of the big three, shout out to my boy Nasir Kaur, first round draft pick, play for the Threes company with Mario Chalmers and them.
Yeah,
Bruh, I played with that young man in Tampa for a while I was there before he started really getting into the YouTube space and doing this stuff with Next Chapter, then Ball is Life, and had conversations with him, talking to him and asking him like, bro, you too good to be in playing rec ball. And he having these real life conversations like, yeah, I went overseas, but mentally this or this. And to see him where he at now, that is huge.
Bucket. Easy bucket.
Yeah, he's a bucket. Big RU is a real thing. That boy is a bucket.
And it was funny because everybody was like, he's literally showing why he went number one. Because nobody didn't know who he was.
Yeah, right. Because
in that space, in
that space, they don't know who that guy is. But
they finding out.
Listen, boy, if you see our podcast, none but love, bro.
Yeah, that big bucket. I like Big Three, man. I'm gonna try to go see them. They coming to Baltimore this Saturday.
Yeah, they in Baltimore this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to check it out. Get them good vet ticks talking.
Right. I say, listen, back get them
vet ticks.
Right? Them vet ticks.
Man, that's all I use.
They talking right. They talking right. Shoot, that's what I'm talking about. But let's move on to something other than basketball real quick. It was Father's Day weekend. A weekend ago. So how was your guys' Father's Day? Because we're all fathers. So how was your Father's Day?
I'll let y'all go first.
Mine was good. Man, look, honestly, I just chilled, relaxed, chilled with the family, ate good.
That's all we want to do.
Yeah, mine went good. So I was finishing my 50 miler that morning, going into Father's Day.
Oh my God.
Good Father's Day.
Because I ain't running 50. I don't even want to drive 50 miles, let alone run it.
And I was telling you, I felt it. I felt it when I finally sat still when I got back to DC on Friday. Dog. I felt like a dog. I was sick, bro. I was like, everything just hit all at once. Once I finally slowed down. Shoot. But I had a good Father's Day. My little princess, she ain't little no more, but she just turned 20 yesterday.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old. Listen.
She's gonna be flying in on Monday. So
I never feel old until I see kids that I can pinpoint.
Yes.
When I saw them take their first steps.
Yep.
Or when I saw them complete sentences. I still remember me and Vea battling.
Oh, that Wii.
On the Wii. Bro, we used to go at it on the Wii back at
Deron made sure he came over there on the weekend, boy.
Listen.
I tell that's what, man. We don't talk. I know we talk about Father's Day, man. But y'all some good guys, man. We don't talk about this stuff a lot, man, because especially for me and Deron, just because we are for somehow, man, me and Deron always been in the same proximity. It didn't matter where I moved, dog. Somehow Deron was just in the proximity, man. But the one thing about Deron, dog, and I used to get on him about this, Deron would not ask for nothing, dog. Nothing. I said, you wouldn't know where Deron was living, what he was doing. But he ain't never have a bad attitude, dog. He used to come through all the time. I forgot old boy you were staying with that time in Shreveport. Right before you left, because you went to play ball in San Antonio 2 weeks later. That was the last time you and Vea played the Wii. I remember that weekend we hung out.
What was that? Oh, I was with Free.
Yeah.
Me and Freeman Blackman. He's still there.
Yeah, that nigga got my Ken Griffiths you left there. You thought I forgot?
Yo, he mad about that. He mad about that.
Yo,
he won't
I don't even know how I had got him. I forgot.
You wore him out that night. We went out that night, that weekend.
That's right. I showed up with slides on. And he was like, we going out. I'm like, bro, I ain't got no shoes. He was like, the hell you don't. I'm going to put some shoes.
Go find you some, dog. We went out. We slid downtown.
He's still there, bro. He, crazy thing. I ain't going to say crazy thing, but him and Monique still together.
Oh, okay.
The oldest son is at Louisiana Tech playing wide receiver.
Okay.
The youngest boy just graduated. He plays soccer. I'm not sure if he's going to college to play. I reached out to him back during the season because the school here was opening up their recruitment trail, and I saw he was a goalie and everything. I reached out, but I ain't hearing nothing, so I left it alone. But I still see them on social media and stuff. And he got his daughter, baby girl, probably. I think she's about 12, maybe 13 now. Yeah, he's still. I don't know where they at, but I know they still in.
I tell people, man, that nigga Deron can survive anything, dog. I don't care what nobody. Like I ain't never seen it before. I'm talking about won't act like it's crazy. I still don't like this dude right here.
When you come from where we come from, it's literally survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? Like eat or be eaten. You know what I mean? Like it's dead serious. Gotta just,
bro, and like you said, me and you, we've been through it 20 years.
Yeah.
So you've been there, but it's been times where it's like every time I had that weak moment, I ain't gonna necessarily say weak, but that vulnerable moment, it's been somebody there, unfortunately, but fortunately, that's been there to make me be like, whatever, bro, you're a man, get over it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go back, like, so I've shared this with probably 3 people. So there was a time where
by the way, before he goes on, I begged that nigga. I was like, man, you go. I always told him, I was like, bro, you know you can come stay with me, dog. Like just come on, man.
It's just one of them days. It's one of them things, bro. It's like I've had vulnerable moments where I was like, you know what, I need help. Or I need this.
Yeah.
And you get I'm doing it for this reason. Or it's like, oh, well, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's crazy because it's like I have genuine people like, well, I know I could have came to you, be like, yo, this is what's going on, XYZ. And you ought to be like, all right, bro, let's go. But then it was like, I ain't doing that. I'm just gonna figure it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it was a few years back, like, bro, because me and Vita got married young.
Yeah.
We had Ava after, a few years in the marriage. We had Ava. It didn't work out.
I remember when you bought the house in Shreveport.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, well, I can see this stuff like yesterday.
So, you know what I'm saying? And
out there.
I was going through this rut, and it was just like me and her, just speaking on me, mentally, I wasn't a father. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a father. I wasn't a husband. I wasn't prepared mentally to know what I had to do. I was, certain things that I will say I feel like could have been done different. But overall, I'll just take the blame and be like, my mind state and how I felt, where it's like I knew what I couldn't do. So where we had situations where they'll try to be like, oh, y'all left, the man, and it was always, if somebody separate, they'll be like, oh, the man left. What did he do? What, it's never like what the woman did. It's none of that. I never understood if we don't work out, why the shit it affect the relationship with my child.
Yeah.
With our child. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I'm not living in a house with you, but that doesn't mean I don't want to be there. Like I want to get the invite to the dances and to the graduations and the first day of schools and the last day of school. It's like, it's things that you want. And then sometimes it can be from your own doing or whatever the case may be. You're not allowed those situations. So during this time, I just was really feeling it. It was just like, damn, I miss my daughter. I really want to see her, but we don't really, and we're not in that headspace, right? Like, she's still young, so anytime I reach out, I got to talk to the mom first. And even though me and Vita are real cool and we talk, I just feel, it's like sometimes, you just feel like, how can I express this? Or how can my thoughts be expressed to her and then she relay them to the child?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a time where it was just like I would call all the time, and I don't know. I just wasn't able to talk to my daughter.
Yeah.
But during the same time, I'm finding out about my other son, and so I'm in my son's life, but I'm not in my daughter's life like I want to be. And I feel like me staying with her would have been more detrimental to my daughter than us separating when we did.
Yes, sir.
But during this time, I'm dealing with that turmoil, and I'm dealing with the turmoil of another relationship. And no lie, me and her got into this argument, whatever. Oh, get out my house, blah, blah, blah. Bet. I'm gone. Driving. Stop at a rest area. Literally contemplated suicide that night. I sat in that parking lot about 4 hours. Me, and you know me, Noah. I always got my gun with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Sitting in the parking lot. And because in my mind, for that time, while I was thinking was, my babies ain't going to miss me because y'all done already moved on and went somewhere else. This situation is this. You don't give a damn. So why am I really here? I'm working every day to try to pay this or do this, but nothing else is really satisfying what I want. I can't have. So it's like, hey, why am I here? I get a phone call from a Mark Green, one of my best buddies to this day, a mentor. He didn't even know what was going on, but it just so happened my phone rang and it was him. And it talked me off the ledge. Like I get off the phone with him, and it was funny because like as soon as I hang up with him, and we just talking, but he didn't know what was going on. He said on his heart, just one of them random calls. Then my cousin Aki hit me up, like, "Yo, what you doing?" I was like, "Shit, chill." He was like, "Man, your cousin got a football game today, and I'm just driving to Baltimore to the Pop Warner game just to clear my head." You know what I'm saying? But I remember Shorty that was with was mad. She was like, "Well, you left. I ain't heard from you." Blah blah. I'm like, "Well, you told me get out, so I don't know what you thought, how you thought that was going to go." But I told her, I said, "Well, if you want to know, I ain't answer the phone. I ain't do whatever because I was really contemplating suicide last night." She looked me dead in my eyes and was like, "It's not always about you." And not looking for pity, not looking for whatever, but when she said it, I was just like, either she heard what I said and didn't care, or she didn't hear what I said and still didn't care what I said.
Yeah.
But it was like at that moment, it was just like, you know what? It really don't. You know what? As a man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because we all talk about, like we all military, we all had different experiences. Some people deployed and had bad experiences. Some people had bad experiences at their first duty station. Like you ain't even get to the deployment part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because I don't know if y'all was at Barksdale when they had a misfire on one of the A-10s, and the round shot through all the garages, and there was a mechanic guy 7 bays down working on a plane, and the round came through and took his arm clear off.
No.
His arm was still holding on to the wrench.
I won't there.
Yeah.
But my first year at our first duty station, like we ain't gonna say who it was. Our first duty station, that happened. We had a lady call from Eastside Housing. Y'all got 5 minutes to get here, or he gonna be dead when y'all get here. We go out to the place, and I'm working Lightning, and y'all know who used to always be at Lightning back then.
Yeah.
I'm with him. So we go out there, and apparently this officer from the maintenance squadron used to beat his wife for years. And she got tired of telling people nobody believed her. So she got him back. She cooked his food, got him drugged up. He was in the bed. It was like a scene from Misery. She literally had him tied arms and legs to the bedpost. She broke 6 ribs, shattered both his kneecaps, broke both his ankles. Like she had a frying pan going to town on this man. She just snapped. And they did nothing to him. But the crazy thing about it was he showed up at her court date in the wheelchair, pleaded with the judge to let her off. Like he admitted his wrongdoing.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, like seeing that it was a guy trying to commit suicide out there with a shotgun, caught his wife cheating. In the front, bro. Put the gun in his mouth and took half his head off. He was still alive. I'm like,
people don't think nothing happened on basis, dog.
Boy, listen, I didn't know domestic abuse was a thing. Like for real, you know what I'm saying? Like in Baltimore, I seen some messed up stuff. I got to the military, bro. I'm like you remember Shorty who because y'all was there then, Shorty who her and her husband got into a fight at home and she chased them down to the comm squadron and beat them up at the job.
Yeah.
like you know how mad you gotta be that you got dressed, took the kids to CDC, hopped back in the car, then drove to this man's job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's just like little stuff, bro, that every time when I felt like I was at the lowest, the suicide thing was the one that was the, like a lot of people didn't know that. Well, nobody knew it. And I'm about to say, Jamie said, wasn't you there when I found out that my sister had died and they still try to make me arm up?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was just one of the things that just made me just be like, yo.
I mean, what? You were the first person I know got discharged and brought back. They brought him back, dog. Everybody was like, what you doing here? Man, they messed up my paperwork, man. You getting paid, though? Hey,
they came and got me. Look, they came and got me. It was like, they was like, oh yeah, you won. They was like, oh yeah, you won. I was like, I won. But then what a lot of people don't know is when it was time, I was just gonna say, I took it as a sign, like, oh, bet they brought me back. I'm good. They was trying to screw me over. They was waiting for me to re-enlist. It was people that was upset. They was trying to get me back in trouble once I re-enlisted. That's how I wound up getting the orders to dip.
Yeah, I was like, this dude came back.
Bruh, they called me talking about something. Hey, it's a bolo out for you. I'm like, a bolo? I ain't been on base in like 8 months. They was like, you supposed to be to work Monday. I said, says who? Like, who told y'all I supposed to be to work Monday?
Young, I don't know if you remember that cat that got married twice? He got caught up.
Which one? You said that like.
Oh man, he was like he Hispanic or he was already married, dog. Because he won the lottery at one of the casinos.
I know you're talking about. Oh,
I know you're talking about.
I know you're talking about.
Like,
I know you're talking about.
And he got married again. I was like, how you get married twice? Shoot, man, we had crazy stuff happen up there, man.
Cause man, B flight, that damn B flight.
I don't know what's called it. Did complete suicide though.
B flight was love, bro. That was a flight, bro.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Complete suicide though.
Who?
Parsons. You remember? I know Young remember Parsons. Chubby Parsons, short, used to be in Storm.
He committed suicide?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about.
I know the name. Damn. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, dog, I got the Gibbs told me about it.
Damn, I didn't know that.
It happened probably about a year and a half ago.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yep, Gibbs.
Because Gibbs, I remember for the longest, Gibbs had took over as we were just talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
remember Gibbs had took over as one of the civilian leaders when the civilians took over the gate guards.
Yeah,
doing something now. He making some big money. I think he working with the railroads. He be traveling all.
Wasn't him and Skinny there? Like, because if I'm not Skinny, the dude, his name was Taylor. They call him Skinny.
I thought you.
I know he talking about the longest. The world's longest senior airman.
You know,
yes. He was a senior airman. He's still at 16 years.
He's still at the base though.
Yeah, he became a civilian.
Yeah,
he became a civilian contractor, right?
His daughter's in the Air Force now.
Now he became a civilian contractor when I was working in the Armory.
Yep.
Okay.
And his daughter joined now.
Oh, for real?
They all doing good, man. Skinny and Gonzalez out here in DC. She runs something in the law enforcement here out there in DC, man. She doing good.
I'll tell you something. They gave me a lot of offers, DC and Maryland, when I got out to come be police. I said, no, I'm good. What y'all want me to do? Lock up my cousins? You know what they sending me? They sending me straight to the hood, bro. I'm not.
You thought it would have been good when you first got out, though. I mean, even though B-Boy was hot, but like, I think it's worse now, though, because you got so many young cats.
Come on, man.
I couldn't do it, bro. It wasn't.
How we look walking back as cops.
It didn't right.
Worse than Deron. Ain't no Deron in the city, dog.
I get respect. Like
Yeah, he gonna get he gonna get
my
respect.
family love me.
Yeah, he just
Right.
And I
gotta
get
stay
respect.
out of trouble. He just gotta make sure he don't get caught up in that crazy.
That's the problem.
Well, see,
Like,
that's the issue. Like
that's the issue. Like the
look,
temptation.
Look,
on the
I
other
almost
side
didn't end up at
of my head is
Barksdale.
the issue.
Right when we got our orders, there was a dude from New Orleans that wanted to go to Barksdale. He just happened to get Langley, and I was like, nah. I was like, I'm trying to last longer than a week in the military. Like, you know, stick me right back in Newport News, and
No,
I'm not.
remember,
Man, I
old
got
boy?
kicked out of.
No, remember, was y'all there for when Kevin was there? What's his name? Haynes or Haney, something like that. He was from Shreveport, light skinned cat. He married white girl from Calm. I can't
Haney
think of her
sound
name.
familiar. That name sound familiar.
But he was from Shreveport. We was in basic together. He gets stationed at Shreveport. And the story was, while he got kicked out, he failed a drug test. He popped for cocaine. But then kind of find out was his cousins lived on the Cooper Road and they was hustlers. So he knew he was getting paid on the 1st and the 15th. So he was fronting the pack. Because he was like, I'm home. Like, nah, bro. That's no. Don't send me to Langley. Don't send me to Andrews. Don't send me nowhere near the crib. Let me go so I've never been. They lied to me. They was like, oh yeah, you're gonna be near New Orleans. But I was closer to Dallas than I was New Orleans. Bruh, it was like,
Young, what advice you got for us, man? You've been successfully married.
My guy.
You've been how many years y'all got?
I say you and Cat been together for a while.
20.
See,
been together 20 years.
Guess what? You got 20 years with Cat. I got 2 divorces.
I got 1.
Look, man, it ain't easy. Look, you just got to ride through the tough times. You know what I mean, and lean on each other. Like, because when it all else fails, it's y'all two.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I can say.
Y'all always been tight though. I remember y'all moving into Chaparral Apartments, man. Y'all always been tight, dog.
Not the Shap. Look, not the Shap.
They always been tight, dog.
Nah, look, honestly, for real, that's all because of her. You know what I mean? You know how when you meet somebody and they see something in you don't see,
right?
And they push that. That's all her. Like, she was like, either go into the military or do something. Like, I was in Colorado acting a fool. Like, look, should have been locked up. Smoothly glad the cops didn't search the car that night. Thank you.
Like, thank you. Listen, everything happened for a reason. You be like,
yeah. So after that, I was like, all right, I got to clean my shit up. That, you know what I mean? She was like, look, this could be an option. And that's what I decided to go. Like, all right, I got to do something with myself.
And see, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a win-win. Like, I know my thing was from me starting to go to therapy and I started realizing things that I had been suppressing from deployments to growing up in Maryland to whatever. I don't think, yes, that I love both my ex-wives. Yes. Will I always love them? Yes. Did I know what love was or what it really took to be in a relationship? Hell no. And I can admit that as a man today, I can admit that. Did I know that back then? No. I just, you go by what you see or what you hear. We were taught a certain way to go about things.
Right.
And my communication definitely was, I was always been one of those I don't want to argue. But sometimes a conversation ain't necessarily an argument.
Yeah.
So when I feel like it's an argument, I'm just going to shut down and let you just get yours off and be like, you done? Yeah. And I realized that is not the healthy way to go at all. But I think like you just said, Young won't have this thought, and maybe you never had it, Jameson, but I know I've had it. What if I didn't make certain decisions with arguments or didn't make a decision to move forward with this or do certain things? Where would it be now? Where would things be now? Because like my thing,
you play scenarios.
You play scenarios because like my mind is
you definitely do.
Am I happy for where again, like I'm gonna use Vita because she's remarried, happy living a good life, right? She's always been my friend, so I'm happy that she got what she got. I knew once we got married after a while, like I might not be that guy for her, right? So I can expect that. I never thought that me not being with her, thinking in my head that if we're together, we're arguing this volatile, this is going to be bad for our daughter coming up, that it would cost me the relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. Like I know certain times people just do crazy things or whatever the case may be, and people run or people do whatever. We know whatever the case may be. But I don't feel like nothing that we went through in my head, I never played out that it would be a situation where if I wanted to see my baby girl that yes, she loved me and she know daddy love her, but she has anxiety about being around just dad because their relationship was never able to be built.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. It's like more than anything that I'll say that what Father's Day did for me this year. Like, so I had my son Isaiah had a good weekend, right?
Yeah.
Ava called me first thing Sunday morning. You know, like her mom hit me up first. I wished her husband happy Father's Day because they have a child together as well, and then he's been with her since Ava was 6. So
Yeah.
you know I'm saying, so he's been a great guy. You know what I'm saying, in that aspect. And Ava sent me a video, but it was like I always want, if nothing else, I don't care about nothing I do in life. I always want my kids to know, one, that daddy love them, and two, what did or didn't happen with me and mommy had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my one thing. Like, I never want my child to be like, daddy left mommy because of me.
Yeah.
Or daddy and mommy didn't work out because of me. Or my daddy doesn't love me because of this. When it's the total opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's the one thing I feel like when I see a young and cat, when I'm pretty sure they have arguments. Like, it's life. You're going to disagree about something. You're going to have a bad day, good day, great days, whatever. But like, when I get jealous, because it's like your kids get to see that every day. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever have to worry, because I can imagine that my baby girl and my youngest boy may feel, damn, I wonder if daddy, I wonder if this. You know what I'm saying? And some people might not think about it. They can just go about their business and be like, whatever. But that's the one thing that bothers me, bro. And it's a song. I don't know if y'all heard it, but it's by this guy named Dax, DAX,
That's my
featuring
guy.
Darius Rucker.
Yep.
He got a song featuring Darius, and it's called "To Be a Man."
Man, yep.
Bro, that song like really embodies what it is. Because like I know people who have fathers who've been there, but they were there and present. You can see him, but he wasn't there. But then you have some that weren't there, but were, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like, I will say that, like, that's one thing that I contemplated, and it weighs on me. Like, I always want my kids to think that. Like, I want my babies to be able to, like, daddy, can I ask you a question? Sure. What's up?
Yeah.
I give you the harsh reality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
has nothing to do with your mama. It has nothing to do with this. I'll never talk down on your mama. I'll never bring, whatever we had is what we had, whether it worked or didn't work. This is where daddy came from. I'd rather answer that hard. I'd rather be I can be the villain in anybody's story as long as you tell the truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? I can be the villain.
I'm built for it.
I agree with that. I tell everybody.
Yeah, I am built for it. Like, look, I tell them, like, look, I am a great asshole. Thank you. I got a PhD in it. I don't care. Like,
I agree.
That's real talk.
I agree for sure.
But that was one of my things though, bro. I like Father's Day. Like I said, I had a great Father's Day weekend. Probably one of the first in a while. My whole thing always has been like, you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the day where I'll be able to have all my kids on Father's Day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like my daughter has met both her brothers, but my sons haven't met each other.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I'll take blame, and I don't need to talk about nobody else.
Yeah.
But that's the day, like, that I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I don't, I don't care about holidays. Like you say,
Yeah.
you know me for years. I don't care about none of that. But it's just like, cool. Just that feeling. Like, because we didn't work, I don't feel, because there are people, I saw a post on Father's Day, and I think that's what made me feel that way.
Yeah.
And it was a lady has said, it was a discussion, and I'm sorry I didn't save it because I wanted to ask y'all so I get all the bullet points. But the basis of it was a guy and a couple divorced, and the mom was like, well, since you're divorcing me, you can sign over the rights to your son. And the guy's rebuttal was, why would I do that? And she was like, well, since we're not together, what kind of dad are you going to be? You just going to see him on the weekends? That's not. And was saying, like, because he wasn't with her, then it wasn't no need for him to be in the son's life. He needed to basically like make room for another guy to come in to be the dad. And I feel like that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's crazy to me. When I saw it, and then I go to the comments, you would be surprised at how many people in the comments agree.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're not together, but
I guarantee, look at the people who are agreeing.
Yeah.
Right? I guarantee if you look at the age group of the people who are agreeing, they're the same 18 to 26-year-olds we don't want fighting the damn war. Like,
yeah. Because
you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna say it this way: a woman who's really handling her business is not gonna sit there and use her child as a pawn. You know what I mean? Because she gonna understand that just damages the child. Who benefits out of that? The child don't get to know his father. There's gonna be certain situations. It don't even matter male or female, right? Because for a kid, as a son, your dad is your first role model. As a daughter, your dad is your first love. You know what I mean? So, like, if you move that out of the equation, what are you screwing something up because you losing the ability to teach them something.
And because like my son, like Isaiah says to me, and it was crazy because like one of my homeboys, when he said it, we was on FaceTime talking, and like he felt some type of way, but I didn't. And my son was like, yeah, because he was on his tablet talking to one of his little cousins.
Yeah.
And they was on the tablet talking. And he was like, oh man, where you at? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm with my daddy. And the cousin was like, oh, tell Uncle Jason hello. And he was like, no, I'm with my real daddy, not my stepdaddy. He was like, and he's 7. He was like, no, he was like, I got 2 daddies. He was like, my real daddy, we got the same name, Duran. Because he's Isaiah Duran. And he was like, and then my stepdad and my homeboy was like, man, how you feel about that? I was like, what you mean? I was like, I really don't feel them. I was like, hell, he actually defined it as good as I could have. Like, he like, my dad is Duran. I know who my father is. When I want my father, I know who he is. But I live with my mother.
Away. Like,
I live with my mother. She's in a relationship. She's engaged to be married. And this is the man that's in that house that has been my stepfather that I see every day. So, but I know who my daddy is. This is my daddy. My boy was like, man, no, man, that's why, a girl. And there's some guys that think that way that, oh, we ain't together, so you can't be with nobody until the kid get of age. Or what. Nah, I want you to be happy.
Yep.
As long as my baby's safe.
Yeah, my baby's straight. I don't care.
Because at the end of the day, we all know I'm retarded, and I do whatever. And I stand in front of the judge and be like, "You're right. It was me. We ain't got to waste the state's money, sir."
I'll call my brothers up, be like, "Hey, man, that bail money I've been telling y'all to set aside for all these years, I need that."
That was one of the biggest things I told myself once me and Sade separated. I said, hey, as a man, I had to talk to myself and tell myself, like, hey, from here on out, whatever choice she makes, you have to respect it.
Period.
Like, as long as the choices aren't affecting your children, you have no say in that. I tell men that all the time. Like, I feel like we try to like own someone, like, hey man, you made that decision to leave that person.
After that, and then you can do.
Then you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
All I can do is be the most consistent father I can be. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only thing.
And that be the only thing, bro. It's like my only thing is, like I said, like you said, you just want to be the most consistent, and you're gonna have things. You just be wanting the opportunity. Like when you're not there, and you know what I'm saying, like me and you can relate.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's an art show, a dance recital. Give me the opportunity to try to make it.
Yeah, I got lucky, man.
Let me know. Give me, you know what I'm saying? Like you had situations where you don't even, where you don't get the opportunities, and then people will try to be like, "Oh, you don't care about your child," and it's like, no, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
like I didn't know that this was going on. I've been reaching out, ain't nobody responding, answering my calls, but then it's like you go to the other side. Well, I think this one side that nobody understands about is there are some situations where people have stayed together because of the child, and it worked. But then there's a lot of situations where that went totally left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got troops that I was over, from Barksdale to Japan, that one girl said she was a lesbian because of how she watched her father treat her mom all her life. And she was like, if this is what love is from a man, I don't want this.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then reverse. You got people who saw their moms do a certain thing. Or they'd be the total opposite. Okay, I saw this violence. I saw this toxicity in the house. And that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I don't want that for me.
Right.
So it's like, in a perfect world, yes, everybody gets happy. We get married. We have kids. We stay together. And that's life.
Yeah.
But people grow apart. And just like you said, you have issues. You know what I'm saying? You have problems. I think that's because a lot of times, personally, I feel like we fall in love with the with the love of a situation and not the like of it.
Yeah.
Because we all got things we love, but we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can constantly like you, then we're going to be all right. Like, I can fall out not loving you today, but I don't never want to fall out of liking you. If I don't like you, we got a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole different situation when you just don't like something.
That's crazy. Well, now that since we own this, before we get back to any sports talk, we're gonna talk about this right here. It says men are deadly afraid of marrying the wrong woman.
Yes, Lord.
The time says successful men can't risk it all. So I want to hear what y'all thoughts are. Let's play this up. This is from Anton Daniels. But the show is by the little light-skinned chick in the purple, Randy. I think it's like Randy.
She the one that be on the panel for what's that, tonight's conversation or
you
know what I'm talking about? Would it be all them people?
They be on it's not it's the after night, it's the midnight, it's like the light night show. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, she be.
Can you only get that by marrying a man? Could you be with somebody and he can lead you and y'all be together forever until one of y'all crossed over and he doesn't have to be your husband?
It has to be your husband.
It has to be your husband.
Yeah, he ain't finna cut the buck unless he know for a fact, because just like it means a lot to most women, it means a lot to men too, because that man gotta go shopping for that ring. He gotta get down on his knee. He gotta already, go through the motions of, is this the right decision or not? Because marriage is hard for a man to actually commit, because you want to make sure you're doing it right. Most people see how men getting played, especially if you know for a fact you got potential. You don't want to be played, you know what I'm saying, or even waste that time, or even be on the papers where you trying to take care of a woman that you're not with. So you pretty much gonna,
I'll do you one better. Would you go and work for somebody without an actual agreement? And would you actually say that you work for this job without actually getting some real paperwork and benefits and all of the stuff that go along with it?
Come on.
I mean, that's a good question, but go ahead.
The thing with marriage for me is that everybody speaks about marriage in this idealistic way, like the best of its potential. I have rarely seen that, right? But not only in my family, I do couples counseling. I do, advice. People, advice calls with people who've been divorced and married 3 times, 4 times. Like a lot of people get married for the wrong reason, So it's like when I think of marriage, it's not that I don't think about it in a good light, but it's just that I just don't know that everybody really observes it in the manner in which, people would think of it in its best.
It's a difference between being married and being successfully married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. They seek the title, but they don't seek the understanding.
Right.
Right. And so I'll give you an example.
Come on.
One of the things that I say to my wife all the time, and I said this since I got with her, is that we're going to spend 1% of the time on the things that we don't care about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to spend 98, 99% of our time on the things that we care about, or the things that I like about you. Because I'm not trying to change you, right? I'm trying to unleash you. I'm trying to really help you to understand your potential. And as a matter of fact, so much so to where I think that marriage is a business first, because the love comes with it, right? And again, my principles is based in spirituality. Even the way that I live my life, it's not based off of money. It's seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. Yeah. My purpose will ultimately yield the results. And it's the same thing when it comes to my family. If I go about doing things the right way, if I go about being a leader that I'm supposed to be, leadership often at times comes from your father. And that's why he walks you down the aisle. It's a covering the covering. And you're never supposed to be without that form of leadership that ultimately shows you what a man is supposed to be.
That's true.
And so if you've never experienced that, and you don't really understand what grooms look like, right? Because he's continuing to hold you accountable while at the same time he's doing it in love. If I get on you and I say, hey, listen, don't go over there. I don't want you doing that. You gonna listen to me because you know I got your best interest at heart, versus trying to boss you around. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people have never experienced.
So what do you guys think about that right there? Because go ahead, we'll let you take the floor. So what do you think?
I got a huge problem with old boy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he contradicts himself the whole time he's speaking, right? And it made me think of something you said about how men try to control something, right? He said, I can unleash you. You ain't capture her, motherfucker. You ain't releasing her back to the wild. What are you talking about? I'm gonna release you. You know what I mean? Like, and then, right, the fact that he talks about marriage as like a business proposal, right? You wrong on that one. Like, as somebody who's been married this long, yeah, you wrong on that one, right? But then it's his mannerisms and everything else, right? As he's trying to tell you what a good man is, speaks completely opposite, right? When he started talking about, hey, didn't I tell you don't go over there? That's a calm conversation he's saying in front of them. But if he's speaking to his wife, I can tell right now his voice is completely changing. No. You know what I mean? It's gonna be, didn't I tell you not to go over there? Like,
if you get a chance, you got to follow him, dog. His wife be on a lot of stuff. They have a very unique understanding.
I'm gonna say this,
but see, then if it's a very unique understanding,
that's the only way I can call it, because we don't know him personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why I'm gonna tell you, like I said, somebody's been married as long as I have. If you got to call it a unique understanding, it's bullshit.
Young, let me ask you this, because
okay, go ahead.
Again, because you've been married as long as you have. When you met Kat, what type of woman was she? I want you, and before you answer, I want you to think of this part about it.
Yeah.
Think about how you was living your life and what you was doing, right?
Yeah.
And the type of woman that you was just smashing through. Then I want you to think about who Kat was.
Answer this wisely, yo.
Oh, I met a grown woman.
Okay. But
so
this is what I say when I say this, and this is the thing. I don't mean nothing aesthetically. Like I don't want to be like, oh man, when I saw her,
no. I know
what
exactly
was it
about
her? And because the reason why I asked that question before you answer is, I'm 1,000% sure when you married Kat, your reasoning for marrying Kat isn't the same as this quote unquote high value man reason for marrying his wife.
Oh yeah, no, it's completely different.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in that realm, a lot of those guys that, these quote unquote high value people, they're marrying a person based off the aesthetics. They're looking for a certain thing. So I want a trophy piece. When I pull up my wife, when I talked all this smack about this, when I pull up my wife, for a second, you stop listening to my rhetoric because you're like, damn, you got her? Let me listen to him. Now I want you to think, what made you marry Kat? What made Kat stand out to all the girls that you was like, I'm going to get that?
Yeah, because when I met Kat, like I said, I met a grown woman, right? So when I met Kathy, she was 25.
Okay.
I was 19. Right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and she was already in the military. She was already in the army. So I met her. I met a grown woman. I met a go-getter, right? An independent, grown woman who knew what she wanted, wasn't gonna play no games about it. You know what I mean? Knew where she was headed. So either you going along with this ride, or I'm gonna leave you behind. You know what I mean? And so that's what attracted me to her. Was like, okay, like I didn't, like you said, I didn't play the games. I didn't did all the nonsense, right? I'm tired of it, right? Who is somebody I can see growing my future with?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what made her the one.
Okay. But see, when you made that decision, you weren't thinking of anything. Only what you saw was this woman knows what she wants. She's holding me accountable, but she's also letting me be me. Right?
Right.
When you look at this era now, with a lot of these people, these podcasts, you know, these podcasts about relationships and all these panels, right? There's no requirements on the women. All these women are so-called bad chicks who aesthetically aren't cute. Forget BBLs and all that other stuff. They can't just go anywhere without makeup on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like they don't even want to go to Target.
Natural beauty is gone.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to go to Target.
Yeah. Like natural beauty is dead.
And it's like, but they have all these requirements. Oh, I want a man to make six figures. I want a man to do this. I want a man to do that. And then as a man, as soon as you say any little pushback or ask any question, it's, oh, you're not a man. You're being sassy. You're this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you get the nonsense.
Yeah.
But when you met, like you said, when you met Kathy, she was like, look, yeah, I'm feeling you, but this is this. And it made you sit back and think about, be like, oh, bet. What you
but
see
also she was a woman, right? And it goes with what you're talking about with this generation, right? She's from the generation of a woman to where long as he working, I don't give a damn what he doing. But he working. You know what I mean? But like you said, with this generation is, oh, you need to bring this. I need to be able to take these trips, get this bag, and drive this car. And you like, what you bring to the table?
And when you say
I'm supposed to provide you all that.
And when you say what you bring to a table, when you say what you bring to the table, you're a sassy man. You're this. You're not a real man. You're not this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like those are the comments.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you'll see, like, I'll use somebody famous that we all seen in interviews. Gabrielle Union went on to the Shannon Sharp thing, and she said how her and Dwayne Wade do 50-50. Immediately right after that, everybody lost their mind. Then when Dwayne Wade comes on and he say, hold up. It's 50-50, but not what like y'all think. It's 50-50 in the aspects of, first of all, smart person, I'm worth $20 million and you worth $3 million. If I'm spending my money every day and you're not spending anything, and then if you decide you don't like me tomorrow, whatever I got left, you're getting half of that, and you got your money, that's stupid. But like he said, they had an argument, and he told her to get out his house.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she was like, you will never be able. And as a man who was married to a woman who, when we got the house because of her still being active duty military, the loan went through her.
Yeah.
That was a conversation. You're mad at me, get out my house. Like I ain't paying.
That's the worst that you can do.
Like I don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? You tell me to get cool. So I'm out of your house, like you said. So I can understand certain things when people, but like you said, this new generation, everything is transactional. You got girls talking about cash at me this just to have a conversation with me.
Like, it's all business relationships now.
Right. But then you're like, oh, like I think it was a rapper. His name is I can't think of his name, but he was on Love and Hip Hop. Him and his girls, from time he was hustling till he started rapping, she ain't work. He paid all the bills, right? She wanted to get married, so he say cool. She wanted a $200,000 wedding. He said, I ain't spending that on no wedding. I'll spend that on a rental property, and we can make some money off of that. But I'm not spending on a wedding. He was like, your parents been married 62 years, and they got married at the courthouse. Why we can't do that? She was, and I'm not even saying that they had to go to the courthouse, right? But she was so adamant and so upset, like she's threatening this man on TV, like I ain't no courthouse chick. That no. And I'm like, my thing is this: are we getting married for us, or are we getting married for the party? Y'all see these gender reveals be out here popping.
Yeah, it's for the party, man. Everything is for the party. You know what I mean? Like,
I saw who was that? Deion Sanders' daughter. Her son, one of his daughters had a baby with Jacquees, right? Mm-hmm. Big gender reveal. Looked like they spent racks on this party, right? Then she comes out after that. She's not giving the son Jacquees' last name because they're not married.
But that's because
that's Deion.
Yeah, that's Deion.
That's Deion.
Deion gonna make sure that boy is Sanders unless she's married.
No. But listen, I agree.
But see, look, that's the other issue, right?
That's the other issue. Like, I agree with everything you're saying.
And that goes with Deron was talking about with his situations. Why I got to talk to your mom, right? So basically, Jacquees got to talk to Deion.
Yes,
he wasn't there. We were smashing Raw.
Like he won't there. Like
but again, y'all know with them, everything is business.
Oh no, everything is going. Yeah, everything is business.
That little boy gonna be a Sanders.
Thing, you know what I mean? Right? Like that.
First of all,
it's crazy
5'2",
because
nigga.
Yeah,
Jacquees 5'2".
Yeah, Deion already said he's gonna be a soccer player.
But that's the other crazy part, and I don't know if y'all know, but yeah, y'all probably notice it just like I do, because of how we raised our kids, right? Yeah. Like the disconnect with the generations, how our generation still come up like us, to where even they be looking at some of their friends and be like, man, y'all dumb as hell. Like, damn, like these are people I gotta rely on for us to go forward.
Right. This now is like, bro, I'm sitting there, I watched a panel and these chicks was talking and I'm listening and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, all four of y'all agree with this? Like, heck, somebody was just on a podcast, I think it was on Gillian Wallow. The girl said, I'd rather be dogged out by a rich dude than date a broke guy. And my mind was like, I think it's strange that a person who doesn't have a job has the audacity to call somebody broke. I feel like I feel like if I don't work, right, and I say, hey, I hit y'all in the group chat. I don't have a job. Y'all know I don't have a job. I hit y'all in the group chat. I'm like, hey, bro, hey, y'all, let me hold $250 so I can go to Vegas. And y'all say no. And then my response is, damn, if y'all broke, you know what I'm saying? Just say it. Like,
yeah, that shit is crazy, man.
it's like the audacity. Like, you're sitting here.
You need me to pay for your trip, but I'm broke. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, and then I hit you with the, bruh, you working, Cat working, Jameson, you flying around the world, bro. I know y'all trying to get this 250. But look, both of y'all just, y'all divvy it up, 125 a piece, man. Go ahead and cash at me then bread.
With that being said, you know what's unique though?
What's up?
Yeah, I know me and Deron talked about this before offline. See, Cat ain't black.
That's true.
See,
man, Puerto Ricans are light-skinned black people. I tell that shit all.
No, but they raised different.
You know, it's a
raised,
I know it. I know what you mean though.
They're raised with a family value.
Yeah. Family is everything.
They take care of their family. They take care of their men in her culture.
Yeah, because like, look, so a lot of people don't know this. Like in my family, they know it. So me and my dad, we've had issues all my life.
Yeah.
So when we found out we were having Kiana, I still won't talking to him. If it wasn't for Kathy, he wouldn't have a relationship with her. Because Kathy was like, I want her to know all her grandparents.
Yep.
And it took me a minute, like, because I'm stubborn as hell, but I budged on it. You know what I mean? But they real big on family. Family is everything to them.
And I think that's a big thing. That plays a big difference, because me and Deron talked about this before off live, but like that's why I'm a big component of dating outside your race, man. A lot of this stuff that we see today with the modern woman, it's our women, it's the Black women. Like it's not the Latinas, it's not the Hispanics, it's not the Caucasian, it's the Black women, man.
I think
because
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I don't want to because I don't want nobody listening to think that you're saying it's just whatever, right? I think
they can think whatever they want.
You can think what you want. No, you're right. You can think what you want, but
think what they want.
I'm gonna say this because I don't like if somebody say all men are this or all Black men or all women are this. Like that's why I'll say what I say. I think it's just we meet more people outside of our race that has been raised a certain type of way. Like we know, like we've all been in the military.
Yeah.
We all watch sports. We've all played sports. We've done certain stuff. You hear a lot of people say, I was raised by an independent woman. Right? But then it's like, why? Or like, I feel like if you were by yourself and you had your kids, like if Young and Kat wasn't together and he was raising his kids, they wouldn't call him an independent father. They would just say he was a man being a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He handled his responsibilities.
Yeah. But when it comes to a woman, they'll be like, I'm independent. I've raised my child independently.
Because we as Black men, though, we do this. We did this to society. Webby, independent. Like we did this to society. Like we have always bowed down. Think about the situation you brought up during our Father's Day part, right?
Right.
You know what you have done to try to be the best father you could be.
Right.
Regardless of the barriers that this woman puts in place, you're going to seem like the enemy. You're going to seem like the bad guy. So if this person wants to be independent, because not by choice, well, by choice,
right?
You're trying to do. And that's what you see a lot of in our society is that, these women choose this route. You know what I mean? And then we get blamed for the route that they choose. And then that's why I say all Black women, or you see a lot of Black women, because in my world, if it don't apply, let it fly. So somebody can say all Black men do this. If I don't do that, I don't care. Like, I don't care how you word it. Like, you know what I mean? It don't apply to me. But I feel like a lot of the situations that we see in today's world are things that we created in our culture, like especially in the Black culture. Like Black men,
definitely.
Yeah, Black men, we have allowed women to really get out of hand, dog.
Yeah,
like,
but you got to also look at it.
You see a bunch of girls say, I'm bad chicks, I'm this and that. And I'm like, well,
and that's
you live at home with your mama, but you mad. But again, like you said, it's the same thing. So you got these young boys who, because I don't care what nobody say, everything revolves around a woman. Because, and when I say that, I say it to say this: and you've been, like you said, Young, you've been married for a long time. You know the things the simple things that make your wife smile that money can't buy, right?
Right.
But then on the flip, there's a wife somewhere that what makes her smile is knowing that I got this bag, and when I go to the girls' brunch, I got this bag, or I got this shoe, or I got whatever. Like, I got a homegirl, love her to death. I'm not gonna say her name. She lives on Facebook and social media looks like she lives one of the best lives in the world. You know what I'm saying? She travels. She got the Birkins, the heels, and you got the tummy tucks and the titties done and all this other good shit. She always looking good. But what you doing to get that ain't the same as the man who's providing that. So for you to look down on someone and be like, oh, you're this or you're that, it's like, no, like, hold up. You're selling your body basically to get what you want.
Yeah.
This person is going to work. They just so happens that job ain't paying what what that person is paying you in whatever you're doing. Like we seen it. Women go to Dubai to be peed and dookied on and all this stuff for these sheiks for 10 to 25,000. And then we'll have the nerve to come back and be like, well, I'm a bad chick. Oh, y'all broke. Girl, you went and let somebody pee on you for some money and rub doodle on your face. and that's what make you better than somebody. But then you got these young boys, nobody want to work. Bro, you got, put it to you like this. Out here where I'm at in Vermont, part-time workers, if you want to work at McDonald's, make $17.50 an hour with full benefits. That's how desperate they're trying to hire people.
Yeah.
In my head, if I'm in high school and I had this conversation with some of my high school players, one of my players was talking about, man, he needed some money or something. I said, bro, McDonald's right near your house is hiring. Get you a part-time job up there. You have no bills. Your parents take care of definitely, everything else for you. Yeah, you can get what you want because you got your own money. You know what he told me? 16. He was like, Coach, ain't no girl checking for no dude working at McDonald's. But they'd rather you not work at all? Like, bro, I will work at McDonald's. I mop a floor. Whatever I got to do to make sure my kids are straight and my family good, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But the mentality of a lot of people now is, for the women, is they want you to treat them like a wife from the dating stage, but they don't do the same for you. Like, I had a conversation and I made a statement, and my homeboy wife said I was an asshole for it. But I believe it. You'll hear women say, I can't cook. I don't cook. I ain't his mom. Right? Cool. My mom ain't teach me how to cook. Your mom ain't teach you how to suck and ride a dick either, but you learn.
That's true.
That's just,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you felt cooking would get you the results you wanted, that's what you would have did. Mm-hmm. But you felt like your box and your looks was going to get you what you wanted, so you didn't focus on nothing else.
What you was about to say, yo? You was about to give us something. What you was about to give us?
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, we talking about the bad chick era, right? Literally, a black woman created all this nonsense. Mona Scott Young.
Yeah.
Right? You literally put us on TV to act a damn fool. Right? Loving hip hop, loving basketball wives, like all that crap. Right? So that's the crazy thing about it too, is like literally a black woman helped create this era of, well, this is what you got to do to get famous. Because none of those girls got talent. So what they famous for?
But that's the thing though. That's what the woman was waiting for. An out. You know what I mean? Like, you think about it, you give men an out. See, that's the thing. Society will never give man an out. That's why men have a hard time getting custody of their children. That's why we also get a hard time trying to get government support. Like, everything that a woman can get very easily becomes a challenge for the man, because society knows if we give the men the same out that we give women, man, we're gonna have a society of no workers, no employees. People just gonna be out here living off the government, man. And like, women always have a backup plan. A woman can get everything they need, bro.
Yeah, the problem is this generation of a woman don't have a backup plan.
Because they want the government.
Yeah, no, because like looks fake.
I got an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah, but Yeah, when your titties start touching your knees, what you gonna do about that?
Start showing their feet to the men with feet fetishes.
They gonna say I don't
look,
need no
like
man.
I said, looks fade at some point.
They do. I want to ask y'all this though, and then
What's
we
up?
can move on. We can move on to what our show is mostly about. But we wanted to provide a little content for the people, for the masses. What Cam Newton say? Some content for the masses. What would marriage be if marriage wasn't if marriage was never created? If that covenant was never created, do you think people would still be together today? Like if there was no such thing as marriage, you took that whole thing, it was no weddings, no. What do y'all think relationships would look like today?
I think
Oprah and Stedman.
I think 50%. I think over 50% of women and men who got married wouldn't have been married. And this is why I say that. From the man's standpoint, if you're a man of stature or like, think about it. I'll use, we can all use our military background, right? We've met commanders and had commanders in senior leadership that we could not stand, right? The male. And then you see his wife. And it makes you want to talk to him more because you're like, how the hell did you get her? Why she like you? Maybe you're a cool dude. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or it makes other people just, like you walk into the room and you got this beautiful, if you're this guy who has no personality, you don't know how to spark a conversation, you don't know how to do whatever. But now I walked into this room and I got this beautiful wife who's this mouthpiece who is educated, fine, whatever. And now she's bringing the attention to me and now I can show who I am. Right? You have a lot of guys who do that. You see it a lot in corporate, the corporate realm. The corporate realm, they'll have these beautiful wives that you like, bro, you ain't mess with that lady like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she ain't really like you. A lot of these women, same thing. Think about when I think about it, I don't know if y'all keep up with like soccer and certain things, but it's a soccer player from overseas, right? Married this girl, was dating her, told the mom he wanted to marry her. The mom didn't like her, didn't trust her. They got married. At the year mark,
the one that put the stuff in his mom's name.
Yes. At the year mark, young, she filed for divorce.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And in the perfect world, she would have got half of, because they asked her, well, why do you want to get divorced? I just don't want to be with him no more. He wasn't beating you. He wasn't treating you wrong. He wasn't doing anything. You just didn't want to be married no more. And you felt entitled to half.
After less than a year.
Of his stuff. Then you find out, all my stuff in my mama's name, you only getting this. So you screwed. So that messed you up. You have men the same way. The guy that was married to Mary J, he was a boss and all this other stuff. He did what he did. They got divorced. And then what'd he do? Oh, well, I got accustomed to this lifestyle. So he hit her for that. Was you her boss and her business partner because you really wanted to be that guy? Or what did you see a way into into a thing? I think you'll still see some relationships. Like I got family that I know they've been dating they serial dating for 40 years. Ain't never been married to this person, but they live together, they whatever.
Yeah, common-law marriage at that point.
Right. Yeah. I feel like if you took marriage out the way people see it now, and you can just either be with somebody or be free or whatever, I think that it would be that way. Heck, I honestly feel like if you took marriage out, which would mean you would have to take religion, because a lot of people use marriage as a religion tool or speaking piece, you will see a lot more polygamous relationships. You'll see a lot of people, a lot more people being like, hey, I got 2 husbands or 2 wives or a wife. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you'll see more of that because they'll feel like it's the norm. Whereas though now people say like, oh, you got to get married, when it's like, do you have to get married? And are you really trying to be with that person for the right reason? We all know we went through stages where you wanted to date. You went through stages where you just wanted to fuck.
Yeah.
And then you meet the right person that be like, nah, I don't want to do all that. Or whatever I do, I want it to be with you. And so we did it. Some work out, some don't. But I feel like if it wasn't pushed, because you think about now, they don't talk about marriage. On these panels, every once in a while, like you'll have a panel of 6 people talking about relationships. One person be married, one person in a relationship. Yeah. Everybody else is single. And then that married person might be like, oh, well, this works in my marriage because when I was doing this, and this. But they're not pushing marriage now. You hear a lot of people just talking about relationships, but wanting the benefit of a husband or a wife.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I see it in so many different ways, though, dog. Like I do understand that marriage is a covenant and you should love the person you love. Mm-hmm. But at the bottom line of it all, it is a business. And the reason why I say that is because when it's not successful, like mine wasn't, I had to start all over again. Like there was no cars in her name. Like everything was on me, dog. Like I had to rebuild all my credit. Like I had to start over from scratch, dog. Because you're literally, as a man, that's our job. Most of the time is to take care of everything. Like everything was in my name. So you know, what I mean, it's a lot when you think of it from that aspect. And I think that's the biggest struggle for me to like ever get remarried is because like, am I willing to like have to start back over like that? Like from a financial standpoint, not like just starting over love wise, but like from a financial standpoint. And I mean, I'm in a better standpoint than I ever was compared to when I was married at 18 to we were together for like a decade. So like from 18 to 28, you know what I mean? Like, so like, it's a lot, man. That's my only thing is like,
no, because a lot of that shit, you think about it, you got married at 18.
Yeah.
I think I was 21.
Yeah.
Right? 20. I was 20. So you learning this on the fly.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know what I mean? Certain shit, like for me, like my mom and dad split up when I was like 5. Right? Yeah. So certain shit you really learning on the fly. Right? You know what I mean? Like when you with somebody like that, you're learning the little things that really can tick you off. Like people don't like. I used to talk to people. I'm like, yo, you literally can squeeze the toothpaste the wrong way, and that can cause an argument. Like because if you've never lived with that person before and don't know they little ins and outs and stuff that really can get to them, and somebody was like, nah, I can't be that serious. Okay, don't believe me. Go ahead. And I was like, right, like go ahead.
And I came in, and you got to think about it too. Sure, I got married like coming out of a military system. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we were very anal, very like
everything
needs to be
everything is like it's go. Like you gotta be like this.
18-year-old girl at the time with your baby who's 1 month old. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like you're trying to manage all that, and y'all know the hours we work. Man, we came in, we working 6 and 3s.
Boy,
mid shifts.
Oh my God! Don't let it be a exercise week.
Yeah, or NSI coming up,
bruh.
Man, so I used to literally when I would get home when Kiana was born, like when we come off that 6 and 3, I would stay up 24 hours straight, right, just to give Kathy a break.
Yep.
And then we gotta, you know what I mean, like sleep in a little bit, and then we got to do all our shopping, bills. Literally 24 hours.
Life don't stop. Life don't stop.
Yeah, like it got to keep going. So I'm like, look, you get a little bit more sleep. You was with the baby all night.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna wake up and do this running around. I'll sleep later. Like once we're done with the day.
I sleep on the bus doing changeover. When I'm going out to my folks, let me get this nap on.
Yeah, like I'll figure it out.
That was my biggest downfall, man. Was not being like. Because I did therapy for the first time like 2018 to like 2020, and that was during my end of my recruiting stint. And like my biggest regret was not being able to, because y'all know me, I grew up in a Brady Bunch home, man. I had the greatest dad and mom, like, you know what I mean? So like for me, I had no excuse.
Your dad
like,
is a fool.
Yeah, I had no excuse, you know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, that hit me hard, knowing that, like, that's why I tell people all this little stereotype stuff you hear. Oh, you grew up in the one, like, nah, bro. Like, I had a great father. I seen a great man. I still have a great father. You know, my mom's not here, but I still have a great father. Like to this day, I see
it's
what
different things. Like you said, we had different dynamics. Like,
yeah.
So y'all know, you know what I'm saying? When my dad and mom had me real young. So
Yeah.
I spent time with my birth mom, and then I went with my grandmother. Then I moved to Georgia with my dad and my stepmom, who brought me in like I was hers. You know what I'm saying? Like she never treated me like I wasn't her child. And to this day, I still, you know, your mom. Where my dad, when I look back on certain things that me and my dad did, I don't think of like school shopping or homework or certain things like that. It's like I think of the lessons he taught me. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the time my dad ain't drive. He worked, but he didn't drive. Because you know, average dude in Baltimore don't get his driver's license till he's 30. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. But you know what I'm saying? But he worked, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't drive. But I remember like we used to catch the MARTA system. So he would catch the MARTA to go to work. So he would leave when it was time for me to go to school, and he wouldn't even come back till like midnight. And where I can be like, oh, my dad wasn't here. No, I learned that taught me work ethic. That taught me I gotta sacrifice this so we can have this. Mm-hmm. But then I also know he can do that the whole week. But then I know on Saturday, Ace, he coming in the room. Hey, Ron, get up. We going downtown. We going to the barbershop. We're going to see Uncle Mario, Uncle Dave. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we at the barbershop. Bro, I remember just chilling in the barbershop playing chess with my Uncle Mario and Uncle Dave for hours, playing chess, playing Madden, just chilling at. In those experiences with my dad, those to me, when I think back, like, you know, like I had I ain't gonna lie, it was a point where when I joined the military, my dad never talked to me about it. And maybe one day he will. I know he felt some type of way. So, but again, he from that other, you know, that era where I'm dad, so I ain't got to explain myself or say whatever.
I'll explain myself to you. Yeah.
So when I graduated basic training and he wasn't there, that hurt. When I graduated tech school, he wasn't there, it hurt, and I felt a grudge towards him for it. But then I sit back, and so you know, you can always be like, oh, well, you know, well, he wasn't here for this, or he wasn't here for this. But then when I really sit and think, I can be like, yeah, you wasn't at this game, but you was working this. You wasn't at this event, but you was doing this, and you had to pay, you know, like these things had to be taken care of. That just because you wasn't there, that doesn't mean that you wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know if I call my dad right now, bro, I just got fired, I'm homeless, I need to come, I need a place to stay. He'll be like, come on home.
Yep.
But it was just, you know, like that little stuff, you know, like we think about it, like your dad was able to be at every event because of his career choice.
Yeah.
What he had going on. So that made him great to you. Well, my dad did little things. When I think about the balance, like you said with a marriage, it's a balance. My stepmom was her. School shopping, homework, a project due late last minute, parent teacher meeting, whatever. She was able to flex and make certain stuff. So she was always there. But my dad, when I sit back, I'm like, oh, dad, shoot, yeah, you wasn't there because you was doing this. So now it's like, bro, you might have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You might have to miss this because you got to pay for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very true, man. Very, very true, bro.
You met my dad. You see, my dad ain't got no sense.
Yeah. but then too, like you talk about that, but then I remember like when we were out there in Baltimore, being able to hear the stories of like once you really got into your bag and ball, like how present he was, like y'all with Nike and getting, you know, like making sure that you're getting everything you need in that realm. And that's probably what he wanted you to do. He probably just wanted you to grind it out in that ball.
And then figure it out, right?
Figure it out. He probably was like, why are you going to the military? Like you, like,
feel like you kind of cut it short.
Yeah, like I know what you got. Like you got to think about it, Run. Like worst case scenario right now would have been probably big 3 for you.
Yeah.
Like you think about that. You think about like
I had North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, because I don't think you would have. I think if you take away the military dog, you ain't got no kids.
And that sucks. Because I love my babies.
I know you love them, but
or
yeah.
Hold on. This
I got a million kids.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Or I got a million of them.
You forget who we talking about.
No, bro. Like,
man, you gotta talk about. We talking about. No, hold on. We talking about the star hooper, and his name is Deron Frierson.
I get it, but
look how he in that cup.
But I also, I'm telling you, man, I don't. Just the way to run, but the run can shut down. When the run is sports, dog, he is sports, dog. Like
I get it, but I'm just.
I know what you're saying. Like, like it's the Durun. It's the Durun we know, but it was
18 to 22.
But it was another Durun
went to the military.
Durun, you know what I mean? Like Durun was like strictly ball, like so. Like I wonder, like where he. You got to think about that stuff, dog. I think about that type of stuff.
No, I think
I think about it from his dad, dog. Like getting the run down, or like how do you, man, y'all did like LeBron type stuff, dog. Like that's what people don't understand. It's a bunch of LeBrons out there, dog.
Right.
It's just LeBron.
It's a bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah, y'all. I know y'all seen them in B-more, Virginia. Like
my brother asked me all the time if I wouldn't have joined. You know what I mean? Because the way I was killing motherfuckers out there in Colorado,
we loved it. But you know what? When we played the game, it was different, bro. Like I will say this, and if you know you go back, you know, there's a certain things. The things that we know now about school and everything like that, if I'd known them back then, no, I wouldn't have went to the military. I would have went to North Carolina A&T and grinded and got my scholarship back that they offered. But I got in trouble. So they took it away. Like, I'm not about to risk it on this high school kid who just got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I would have been like, bet, I did what I was supposed to do, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna take the spot because you wanted me. So when I come and show you that I deserve it, I'm there. But I wasn't in that mental headspace. Like I need, like I'll say this: the military, even though had little situation stuff in the military saved my life in the aspect of it showed me where I always knew that I can do whatever I had to do. The military molded me for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I took the lessons that I learned from my family back home, my dad, and then when I got in the military, it was like, oh, bet, I got it. That's kind of why my attitude when me and you became cool was we clicked so quick because my thing was like, damn, it's another dude out there that is being called to handle a situation that he ain't had nothing to do with. But who do we call when we need it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I ain't never calling you for backup because I'm the backup. So when I got an issue, I gotta handle it. I can't worry about you. You know what I'm saying? But that was also, you gotta think about it, bro. My situation where I got in trouble, if I was in college and not in the military, that could have went way left.
Yeah, you jail.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even handled, like, it didn't even get handled how
you wanted it. Yeah.
How I wanted it to be. You remember we was going to the mall, me and you and Jay, like, and I was already done with it. I was like, nah, bump that. In college, I would have never learned that discipline to do that. Like my discipline now and full after that, when the military was, I know where I'm prepared to go. So I'm not going to get mad with you.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm prepared to punch you in your shit and deal with whatever after the fact. But are you prepared for that smoke? And if it gets there, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Young another one, man. Young another. I tell everybody about Young, man. I'll be like,
oh no, Young a hothead.
No, I'm talking about, but I'm talking about like just y'all. I don't think y'all. I think y'all take y'all abilities for granted, dog. I remember Cat sitting in the stands with Lil Mama, dog, and like Young dunking on niggas, dog. Like I'm talking about like, and Young wasn't in the gym shooting jumpers every day, working on his handles no more. But when Young came in the hoop, dog, like this nigga could dominate. And I think people don't grasp this stuff. Like people think we just be blowing smoke, dog. I seen y'all play ball to a different level of like what I even see today. Like Deron, you were shooting 30 plus feet before there was a Stephen Curry on TV, dog. Like people don't like.
I got tired of LB and them blocking my shots.
But that stuff baffles me, dog. Like to watch Young, like he's a full-time dad working 6 and 3s, dog. But this didn't come out here and dunk. Like, why, dog? Why are you in the military? Like, dog, you could dominate a court. Like, I remember watching this stuff. How we used to be.
It was. I remember me and my brother Jermaine. We were playing up at in Colorado, right? And it was these dudes from Colorado University.
Yeah,
the fucking starting point guard and small forward. And I gave this dude the business that day. To where he was like, he looked at his teammate and was like, I'm glad coach won't in here because I'll lose my scholarship. And then they asked me how old I was. I was 17 at the time. I hadn't even graduated fucking high school yet. But yeah, I think about it, man. I think about it a lot because I'm like, especially like that moment when I ran into you and Biddle at tech school, like that moment, like from there through that run at Barksdale.
Yeah.
Like I can say I was in that was my basketball prime right there.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I'm like, I just knew
when we started playing.
Play, dog. I knew you was gonna force her to play. I was like, there's no way he's not gonna. There's no way that little girl's not gonna have a ball in her hand.
But it's hard, bro. It's like,
but you know what I learned?
You had little Juju Watkins already, dog.
So I took her out there. Oh, believe me, we took her out there, right? So my brother Fred, there, she's shooting shots. She was like, I'm getting thirsty. He was like, well, if you make a shot, you go home. She kept missing, right? She finally hit one, came back to the house. She was like, basketball's not for me. All right. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't force it because I enjoyed it. I had to find her passion for her, and it ended up being cooking.
Yeah.
Something else I love to do. So something else I love to do, she still she gravitated towards it. So it's a win-win for me still.
Right. And you get like that because like I would love, so Ava is 12, I'll be 13, and she's 5'6", 5'7". I get coaches from the area calling me like military guys that's there, like, oh snap, that's B-More daughter.
Yeah.
They reaching out to me. Yo, hey man, you know, is your daughter playing ball? No, she run cross country and play volleyball and love to dance. Guess what? I support it all. Like if she want to play basketball, she got one of the best trainers in the world. That I got you. I'm gonna get you where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like basketball, I think with me, I was fortunate enough that I got to play against some guys that went to the league that did good things. Carmelo Anthony, Josh Powell, Quincy Carter, football. You know what I'm saying? Like Yolan and Anthony Rice, Keith Green when we got to Shreveport. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a competitive thing to be. I don't think I understood like what basketball really was until I got older. Like when I started to go around, you know what I'm saying? Like I loved it, but I didn't love it to where I felt like this was my out to go anywhere. It was more like these my guys.
Which is crazy.
You're not going to, what you're not going to ever do is say, you're not going to say, you know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing was like, so like growing up, right? If I use the guys, I'm not going to use my Baltimore guys. If I use my Baltimore guys, I got Nugget, whose real name is Dante Truitt. I got Davon Haskins. I got Tricky, Mello. I got those type of guys I grew up with that hoop, right? Then I leave and go to Georgia. And at that time, we 14. You know, we 13, 14. Yeah. We playing with the grown-ups on Lafayette Playground and going over the White Lock playing. Now I get to Georgia, and I'm meeting the Josh Powells and the Yolan and Anthony Rices, and I had a kid named Irvin that went to Lovejoy High School. Bro, when I say he probably jumped the highest I've ever seen anybody. He got a oop in the game one day. It was a bad pass. And if somebody got that picture, bro, the rim, his head is behind the glass, and he got the rubber on his shoulder. He's dunking it like this, like he's watching himself dunk the ball. But he just was a freak athlete that just jumped. You know what I'm saying? So when I would go and play basketball, run and shoot, played against Jermaine O'Neal right when he got drafted to Portland.
Yeah.
Played against Hot Sauce and them guys and doing all that. I just wanted to be on the court. I ain't really care about like, oh, I'm trying to do this. I just wanted to be on the court. I always was like, bro, you're never going to be able to say that I can't play. Same thing with football. So it was like I did it because I loved it, but I never took it where I wanted to go pro. Like we went to Arkansas with Biddle. We went to that alumni game, and I took me, Little Pep, and this brother, yo, we cooked. They was like, yo, when y'all coming back? They was so mad. We was killing in that gym young. We went to this alumni game. They ain't have enough people. Biddle was like, man, we supposed to have our alumni game, blah, blah. I said, shit, I get some bodies. We'll drive down and play. He was like, for real? I said, yeah, we'll play against y'all. Me, Anthony Peppers, Aaron Peppers, Lil Tony James, and like 2 other people. And Smoke and somebody else. We went down there. When I say we went dumb, Lil Pep was dunking on everybody. I'm shooting that bitch from half court. Bro, they like, yo, where you bring these dudes from? But it never fathomed like what was really going on. I always thought more about other people going to the next level than I did myself.
Because you just, man, like when you come from where we come from and playing against the guys we played against, like you said, you just in the moment, right? Like look at my era of me coming through high school. You start hitting the Michael Vick, Ronald Curry, Iverson. This is where I'm growing up in.
Yeah.
If you can't fucking play, you know what I mean? Like these dudes gonna eat you alive out here. So like you just had, steel sharpen steel.
But young, you see, Deron still shoots the ball. Yeah. You packed it up early.
That's because, like, man, like I really just
focused on family. It up like Young was like, you know what? I'm a dad. I'll see y'all boys.
But Young,
like, there was no way you couldn't even talk enough noise to Young at a certain point.
Yeah, but Young's game
with it.
Like, you gotta think about it, though. Young's game was different than mine. Like when we go back to Barksdale, right? Well, I want you, if you think about every time you seen me dunk, I was mad. Somebody was talking shit, and I just did it to be like, I can do it. Young was just athletic. So his game was predicated on his athleticism. Young knew once he stopped doing it, and he felt in his head that, man, I can't just go dunk on that young boy who getting on my nerves. Man, I don't care about this.
That's what it was. And that's exactly what it is. It's like,
I can always step on the court and shoot.
Yeah.
But like my brother shoot too, though.
True.
I did hang it. I ain't gonna lie. I packed it up early. I did.
You packed it up super early, dog.
I did. Like I said, I just became the family man. Like, I mean, Kathy even used to get on me though.
Yeah.
Like, go hoop. Like one day I did go out here to the gym out in Dover. Had to remind them, like who I am.
You never thought about like becoming like a what's the old boy that used to be with the Lakers, like Handy, the dude with the.
Like Phil Handy?
Yeah.
I thought about it, man. Me and my brother Jermaine, we talked, and I thought, because the way I see the game, I thought about it. It's just, don't waste my time. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to get you out there, I'm going to get you where you need to go. Believe that. But don't waste my time. Like, if I say I'm going to be there at 6:30, if you really want to show me you want to do it, be there at 6:15. Beat me there. Yeah. You know what I mean? That shows me you care. So that's the part where I don't know if all these kids want it like that. I want it too much. And then that competitive side might come out of me where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show you what the fuck it is.
And that's when you get into the space where I'm at, where it's like I packed it up and was just playing to work out.
Yeah.
But I was coaching. But I could never get that next spot because they were like, oh, I don't have this piece of paper. So it was like, you know what? I don't want to be stuck in like Phil Handy is good because he got an NBA resume of people he trained.
Right.
Their parents are just flood their kids for him to train. So not saying he do it for money, but he has the luxury to just focus on the skill sets he wants you to develop.
Yeah.
He was able to get.
He's working with Juju right now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he was able to get that so he can focus on that. I don't have that backing to where I can just focus on that because I still got real life going on. Yeah. So now it's okay. I'll go back to school and I'm gonna get this degree so I can coach. So at least if I coach in this program,
right?
You came to try out. So everything that I'm about to bring you, you wanted it because you came.
Yeah.
I just been blessed that I can still get on the floor. So when I came, it was like, oh yeah, we got that. Like, and it'd be funny because my coach will tell guys like, yeah, I got a veteran on the team, prior military, played overseas, blah blah blah. And the guys be like, oh, all right, cool. And then they'll get here and we always play pickup. So they'll be like, okay, cool. Yeah, he said he got an old man on the team, and I show up for pickup, whatever. And then I start doing stuff, and then they like, yo, who was this? They like, oh, that's They was like, huh? Like, yeah, this is what coach was telling you about. He was like, no, he can play though. He was like, yeah. He was like, nah. Coach was saying he got an older guy on the team that was in the military, did this and this. This dude can play the game. Like he's out here playing. Like, and
you only gonna get smarter with age. You get wiser with age.
Right. And they all say the same thing. They was like,
easier to you now.
I thought the same thing. They was like, nah, bro, we all thought the same thing. We thought like, oh, they was like, he got training background, bet we're gonna have somebody to work with. No, he can play the game. So he's talking junk to you about stuff that he can do himself.
Yep.
So it make you work. You know what I'm saying? So like I got blessed with that, and I'll be out. Y'all don't get this work. Like every year, once a year, I dunked just to be like, hey, I ain't gotta do it in the game.
No,
just I can still do it.
I mean, I can still get up, but I'm not running around out there like talking about no more. Now you wanna let me play, and I just put my back to the basket,
half court.
I'm gonna work your ass to death all day long. Like, look, the fadeaway still sharp. Like shit, that ain't. You know what I mean? Like he said, the shooting and stuff, the skill set ain't going nowhere, right? It was just, like I said, I was explosive. Like I was Westbrook and Ja Morant way before them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your first step, I remember the very first time I played against y'all and you was on the floor and you caught the ball on a curl. And whatever in my mind said, he gonna shoot. Before I can get into my stance, she was by me. I was like, oh, he one of them. Hey, Smoke, you gotta guard him. I can't run with this dude. Like, come over.
Yeah, the battles with me and Smoke. Oh my god.
Young did dunking bullets though. Like Young didn't shoot. Young man.
No, see, the stuff I did to them.
He chilled out in bullets, dog. He had they had a team.
The repertoire,
the first military body was at bullets. You hear me? Yeah, we had a squad. We used to go against go against like team. I was team 9, so we go against team 8 and 7. Then team 10 came in.
Yeah.
Look, my first body was at bullets. Matter of fact, I can tell you which rim. When you come out the door, the one that was close to the cafeteria.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I caught it. What? This boy named Carges. I'll never forget. He was running his mouth. Me and there was this black dude from Waco, Texas, named Emmanuel Tate. That was my running partner. Like me and him. He was a little short, stocky football player that could hoop.
Yeah.
And then you had me. Boy, when I say I came baseline and caught that boy slipping for game point,
yeah.
You can't tell me that because you can't even come back. You lost. You got to go deal with that on the sideline. You got to eat that.
Yeah, so bullets, I didn't dunk out bullets. Bullets, I brought a different game, but now you talking about team 7, team 8. Now, when I first met Jameson and Biddle, they running their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking cash shit. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.
That's Biddle.
We got them out there, and we played them by the NCO hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
The courts out there. Look, when I'm talking about a body, I did Biddle so wrong.
Yeah.
Like Biddle, I went up, Biddle jumped, and I switched left-handed on Biddle. Like,
bro.
Then them two arguing, like how you was talking about my first step, them two arguing about who gonna keep up with me. Like, you fucking chase him around.
Everybody about to be running with you, bro. I used to give Biddle work because Biddle hated me because he would talk junk. He'd be like, oh, I got him. My first shot, volleyball line.
Yeah.
They like, yo, you got to put your hand up. They was like, did you see where he shot? Biddle was like, you saw where he shot it? That was luck. Then I came and did it again. I was like, oh, no. You better put your hand up. You better listen to what they told you.
Biddle was like
so long, bro.
But Biddle was like a Halliburton with no shot.
Yes, he would not shoot the ball, but he could get to the rack so smooth.
He could defend, but he
could defend. He would get low and he would use that length.
Yeah, he had them long guys on.
You gotta go into his chest and like get him on the step. Like him and Artist Gandy was the same way.
Yeah, he always did that same ugly dunk. That one from
that's all he could do.
And that
that's all he could do.
All the fancy one he had was like coming from underneath the backboard.
You would come under like this.
Yeah,
Little had 2 dunks.
Dude, dog.
Like that was it.
Hey, that was that man package. And he listen. You ain't just getting no rebound. That boy he gonna fight you on that paint for that rebound. He is not letting the rebounds go.
We had a funny. I want to say we had a couple cats from the Carolinas on our team when we played Young and them, but Young and them had Porter.
We had Friday Center was a straight hood squad.
Yeah, them the boy was.
B from VA, Porter from Brooklyn, Warner from New Orleans, Tidwell from Chicago.
Yeah, you had all the hoods. You had all the hoods.
Diaz was from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yep.
You talking about like a straight hood squad, like
yeah, you had all the hood.
And Diaz
like straight dudes.
He could shoot that thing.
Oh yeah, Diaz, man, like Diaz. You can tell Diaz played with like the Puerto Rico team.
Yeah,
the way he played the game, you can tell he played with those dudes.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I wish you know how how now like all these famous people they able to find film on everybody.
Man,
I wish that we could just go find stuff like that, dog. Like, cause I always tell Vaya, I'd be like, y'all don't understand, dog. Like when we were playing flag football, dog, we were in our prime.
I used to come watch y'all flag football games and be like, yo, my bro was about to cook. Like I don't know who y'all got y'all money on. The game I love to watch y'all play was CES. When y'all played CES, no. Ryan was on that team. Ryan Davis. Was he on CES? He played DB for C.
Yeah,
it was Ryan and Lou.
I think it was CES or services. It's either one.
Yeah, bro.
CE services. We used to always play them when we got the playoffs and championships.
And then when y'all made that team, when it was all of the squadrons combined, and y'all would go out to the city and play Troy Smith and all them guys, I was like, they were like, oh man, that's them Air Force boys, and they look up and they down 20. I'm like,
yo, remember when
the Air Force?
You remember the practices out there in Bossier City?
Yeah.
People didn't understand. We practiced, dog. We took this stuff.
Look, I remember. Look, Fry said, I forget who it was because remember we were trying to do the teams, like see who was gonna actually represent the team.
Yeah.
And this dude tried to press cover me, like, and I looked,
eat him up, yo.
And I just pointed, like, yo, no way in hell he gonna press me.
What's the white boy we had at quarterback from Ohio?
I know you're talking about. That boy had a
Lewis.
Lewis wasn't the quarterback. Lewis played free safety.
Lewis played free safety.
Who was our
I think it was
because Lewis played free safety and his brother played cornerback. But that white boy
the quarterback was in the armry with me.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. He was tough.
I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, he was in the armory with me.
I remember LT. I mean,
that squad was
crazy. That LT. He used to be so mad that y'all used to play.
We three-peated
that LT. What was that LT used to be so mad that he wasn't as good as y'all? He would try to pull rank to play.
Ricky.
The black dude.
Yeah. Trash. And I remember the last time when we three-peated, he tried it. Colonel Cullen was out there and was like, nah, we ain't playing these games.
Yeah.
He was like, because if you want to pull a rank, I'll pull a rank. Like
season, everything.
He got mad. I'm like, okay, he got mad with me. I'm like, okay, you talking shit.
Kirkland. That was his name, Lieutenant Kirkland.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm like, you talking shit. So once I started talking shit back to you, we playing sports.
Yeah.
We both in fucking regular clothes right now. Like, you tell me shut the fuck up right back.
I remember him and Maze got into it, bro. That nigga told Maze something, and Maze said, you ain't lieutenant right now, you're ranked Nike.
We almost fought him that night. It was almost a fight that night.
Darrell, you missed it. our third season, because you weren't in the city no more that third season.
Yeah, I went to Japan when y'all. The
That
year
was
y'all
our best
repeated, I
team.
went to Japan.
We had Skywalker. Remember Master Walker? I still
Yep.
talk to him all the time on Facebook. He lived
Okay.
in the Philippines. He married a girl from the Philippines. They in the
Oh, he
Philippines.
did?
He did.
Oh no, he out there living life like a king, dog.
Bro,
I bet his
listen,
ass is.
Gotta find him
you buy a
on
mini
Facebook,
mansion.
dog.
You buy a
Skywalker
mini
living like
mansion
a
in the
king.
Philippines for $20,000.
Skywalker a fool,
Skywalker
man.
living like a king out there. We
Yo,
had
Walk was a
Skywalker
fool.
that year. We had a dude from Young Neighborhood, dog. Skinny dude. I can't think of his name. Black dude. He played receiver on the other side. He came from bad dudes. He came from Newport.
Mosley.
Dog.
Mosley.
He was a
Nah, it
tall.
wasn't Mosley.
He was a.
No,
he was-
Franklin. No, wasn't Franklin from Virginia though? Wasn't Mosley from VA though?
yeah, he was.
He was.
But
He
it was.
was.
You know what I'm talking about, yo. He was dark
Yeah.
skinned, dog. He actually had a full ride to Virginia Tech, but he got in trouble.
I can't
He
remember
came
his
into
name.
the
I know
Air
who you're talking about.
Oh,
Because he
young
probably was the one that got in trouble with fucking Marcus Vick when I told they stupid asses don't go to VTech.
run. This dude, dog. Young.
It
Skinny.
was man. That last squad was just unfair.
He was just like Young. Him and Young had the same build. They was skinny, long.
like
Bro,
Fry Center was to the point the dude would try to do a double move and I wouldn't bite and laugh at him. Like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna be right here with you, man. Like,
We
I
together.
do this for real. Like,
Yeah, I watched y'all first two, and then I left after y'all second peak. I left and went to Japan.
yeah, I'm
And then I
we
went
gonna
over
play
there and started
straight
playing
man to
tackle
man,
football.
man to man press coverage. Had Lewis and fucking Jameson as the safeties. That shit was unfair.
No, we
Like-
Bro, that nigga would sit back there. He be chilling. I'm like, man, Jameson ain't about to do shit in the field. Pick. Oh shit. Wait, this nigga. Face. Like, hey, I'm like, because Jameson will be, all y'all be hyped for the game. Jameson would just walk out there like, I'm like, oh, he just trying to get a look. I'm like, oh, he just trying to get a bullet because he's trying to get BTZ. He just trying to show.
Hey, it was so easy, man. Because you think about coming from Louisiana in the city playing football where you can get hit. Flag football, you can't even touch me, dog.
You
Oh
can't
man,
touch-
flag football was
It was back to the basics at that.
yeah. Because I like, look, man,
That's
VA
it.
we used to play sideline kill.
Yeah, I just
Boy.
gotta go follow the ball. I just gotta follow the ball out here.
Yeah,
Now,
like-
That's it.
So, like-
yeah, you ain't got to worry about nothing else, bro. That's why when I went to Japan and I played quarterback, it was so funny because like I played 2 games of flag and the dude was talking crazy and I was like, "Nah, I'm good." They was like, "Yeah, they got a tackle team." I said, "Oh, bet. Let me know when them trials come. I'll be there."
Yeah.
And dude was popping off. He was like, "Oh, you play?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I actually played quarterback." And they was like, "What?" So they had a guy, this chaplain, Ralph Elliott. He really was a chaplain. And they was like, that was the guy Sandman loved. Bro, that first day of tryouts, the coaches was like, "Hey, that rookie got an arm, Sandman. Like you need the best with him." He was like, "Yeah, but he got size." I'm like, "I can do both. I can play tight end too, but it don't matter if you got a tight end if the quarterback ain't gonna throw the ball." But I never forget that first day of hitting. Some of them flag football guys was talking junk, and then
yeah, I tell people.
I'm
don't-
good. Like, bro,
Yeah.
one dude walked, like we had this hill. So it wasn't even him. It was 2 other people that got in the collision. He was like, they teammates. That's how you hit teammates? I don't even want to know what it's like to play against another team. He took off his gear and left it at the field, bro, and walked back to the gym in his drawers. Like, y'all had this shit.
All right, let's throw this up here real quick. I definitely want to hear y'all thought since my phone was blowing up. Get to this, man. Let y'all have your little shine for the moment. Hold on. Let's see.
Hey, girl.
Caitlin and Angel. They got a little history going back to college, and apparently they're intent on making it a thing in the WNBA. The average get-in price for this was $358. It was a pricey ticket, and they came to see
WNBA, that's
Caitlin
tough.
Clark do that. Hits that 3, and they came to see that feed. Clark, Julia Boston. Actually, they came to cheer for the home team. Clark, Boston again. I have a feeling that these two are going to be quite a duo. 13 assists for Clark, a new Fever franchise record, and Indiana is up 11. Boston able to chase down this deflection. Kelsey Mitchell corner. Give me all 3 of these. A 24-3 run for the Fever. Mitchell had 24. Indiana is up big. But here come the Sky. Woo, woo, woo! Outlet. Angel. Great catch. Great bucket. Hits the deck hard. had 15 and 11 through 3 quarters. The double-double streak continues, but I'm more interested in the dub for the Sky. Early fourth, Fever up 8. Clark with range. That's pure. 17 to go along with 13 assists. Fever up 11. Melissa Smith spins and hits over Angel. Oh, too small.
But it's too small.
Like that.
And that's where they lost the game.
Too small, Steve. Ensuing Sky possession.
Angel went in her head after that.
I bet Angel's got something to say. Uh-huh. Sky cut the lead to 9. Fever up 5. Turnover for Clark. Here comes the Sky. Kennedy Carter. Lay in. Makes it a 3-point game. Later in the quarter, same score. Lindsay Allen, jumper. No. Reese. Layup. Bucket 3 the hard way, and they're going nuts in Chicago. Reese and Smith continue to jaw at one another. Double technicals. Reese would make the free throw, which ties things at 82. It's an 84 all game. We're under a minute to go. Reese again, 25 points, 16 boards. The Sky lead by 2. Ensuing Fever possession. Smith tries to answer back. Down low.
And that's when I got mad. We ain't even gotta watch no more of this. That's when I got mad. That's what made me mad right there. Made me mad. This is like the example of what people do in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know what the talent level stops.
Hey.
Once she told Angel Reese she was too small, Angel Reese went on a 10-point in less than 2 minutes.
Tangent. She went on a 10.5 rebound.
Yes, and I'm like, bro,
why poke the bear?
Yes.
Right.
Like she had a good game already. Just let her have a good game. But then when you did that, I said,
the moment you start, see, motherfuckers don't realize, and they trying her because she a rookie, but she is from Baltimore.
You bred different.
Look, we want the confrontation. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people don't understand. People from those areas, we want that confrontation. The crazy thing is, y'all know from playing against me, I never really talked until somebody started talking to me. As much shit that I talk on the basketball court, I never said anything first. Now I'm gonna finish it, but I never said anything. And the same thing, she hit her with the too small and was like, okay, Angel was like, all right, you not on this level.
And it was over.
And I'm about to prove it.
The whole game changed from that moment.
Yeah.
The whole game. I was like, this is ridiculous.
But I'll tell you this though. What I will say about that, and they ain't showing in that clip, but I saw like the video. Before the tech, there was a play, and they was jawing back and forth or whatever. I think like Alyssa had scored, then Angel scored, then like Alyssa scored. Like that went. It was like a little early on, little back and forth, right? So they talking, like you can see they're talking junk to each other. The ref come over there at the same time. They both like, we good. We just playing basketball. Go on over there. Like, no, this what it is. That's why I say, like, I feel like I understand what the WNBA is trying to do with navigating a narrative, right? Rivalries are great. But it's hard to have an Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark narrative when one has the ball 97% of the time and the other one, offensive chances are predicated on getting the ball from someone else. You see what I'm saying? So where Angel might have had 25 points, we know those 25 points all came from the trenches. Caitlin shoot that mug from the parking lot. So she can get 25 points and never step past that line. You know what I'm saying? But she also has the ball enough that she can do it. What I will say, just like you said, where you turned the game where I felt that game, while I like that particular game, watching them play, I like something clicked in Caitlin's head that everybody is on me. So I need to feed my dogs to make the game easier.
You said she didn't have that ability.
No. I said she didn't play like that, and you said that because she didn't have a girl she had at Iowa. And then I reminded you, Aaliyah Boston is on that floor.
This only her second good game.
Aaliyah Boston is not a point guard.
Who? Aaliyah Boston?
This is her second good game, best game.
Aaliyah Boston has to do what? Get the ball from who? A guard.
But you said she wasn't a passer. I told her she can pass the ball, but I told you she can pass the ball. She had to develop the trust in Boston, just like they got to develop trust in her.
This is my thing. I feel you. And again, I said
Boston
I have
hit a big three at the end too.
I've never pointed to Caitlin as a passer. Because when you watch her pass, it's normally when she's in trouble. She's doubled or tripled or whatever. It's or the fast break. She does have that Lonzo Ball like fast break. She see you leaking.
Yeah.
She'll get you.
Yeah.
But when a half court set, she's been taught and beating her head a lot of times that it's you. So she's not. So certain things that I would love to see. Yes. If Caitlin passed the ball, in my opinion, if she passed the ball to Boston how she was last night, every game like that, the game gets so much wide open for her because there's no more doubling her. There's no tripling because you know that ball is going to that dog down there.
But the only time she can do that, remember I said it in the Met, is when Willer's in the backcourt.
That's true.
I don't understand this coaching.
Why the coach took Wheeler out? No, Wheeler expands it because Wheeler has a deadly mid-range game, and Wheeler will reset the offense like it ain't nothing, and it's just like second nature.
I don't understand that when I watch that game. I'm like, Wheeler is opening up the backcourt for Clark, and then she can.
And Wheeler's a shooter too. People don't know Wheeler's a shooter.
Yeah, she was.
That's what happened as a coach. That's what happened as a coach when you start overthinking the game.
This is like the third time, bro. She takes Wheeler out every fourth quarter. I'm like, what are you doing? I seen her do that in Washington.
Because I haven't watched a lot yet.
Yeah, when you
is she a liability on defense?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not in the Chicago game for sure.
It's unfair to say that because it's Kennedy Carter. People don't know who Kennedy Carter. I've watched Kennedy Carter play from college. Kennedy is a bucket.
Yeah, I know who. That's what I'm saying. So it could be.
And that's who Wheeler was guarding. Wheeler was guarding Kennedy Carter a lot of that game.
So
they hide Caitlin on defense because she does so much.
I was just going to say that. So you're willing to hide one player, but you won't hide the other one.
Well, you can't hide two.
You can't hide both.
You saw what happened when the Dallas
Mavericks. Willer's creating the offense for Clark. Willer's creating the offense for Clark.
Yeah, but we're talking about on the defensive end, right? So you're gonna hide Caitlin because you don't want her to get in foul trouble. So then now Wheeler, if she's a liability on defense, she got to guard somebody. She's gonna have to guard the other guard.
In that game, Fever was up 82-65, bro.
Yeah. At one point.
Coaching.
Like
that's what I'm saying. It's coaching and then the momentum switch.
But you got to keep Wheeler in to keep that lead up because.
Like I said, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
so.
They were up 17 points going into that fourth quarter, dog.
When she hit the three. When Caitlin hit that last shot.
Yeah.
This is the thing too.
82-65, bro. And then you take Wheeler out and the whole offense shift.
And Caitlin, she's going to learn it this offseason. And hopefully they do too in Indiana. When you made that statement in the group chat about Wheeler, I had to go back and look at some games. Every fourth quarter that Clark numbers they dropped because she's had several games where she didn't score in the fourth, like this one. It comes when Wheeler's gone out the game because the other team is now able to focus on her solely. We're bringing 2 or 3 at you because not every team is Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun, they're defensively one of the top teams hands down in the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love the Aces. I love Asia Wilson. I love those girls. I love those women. But when I think defensively, you got Asia, and then you got Gray, who's back from being injured. But when you think like I love Kelsey Plum, but I don't think of her as a lockdown defender. I think of her as a shooter first, defense second. Yeah. When you think of the Connecticut Sun, I think defense.
Yeah, that's their identity.
That's their identity. So they can switch and triple and double. We ain't worry about nobody you got. But a lot of other teams, just like you said, because I love the sky. Kennedy Carter gives it to you on offense and defense. You got Angel Reese and Cardoza doing it in the post, but with the guards, I can't think of the other lady name. The other guard, she's iffy. Like she gives you the energy, but if she gives it all on defense, her offense sucks. Or her offense is off for the most part. So, like you said, when they took Wheeler out, it made them be like, "Bet we're not worried about the other," because they had the one guard who was cooking.
Yeah.
Not Wheeler, but it was Wheeler. What's the other young
the girl, the lefty, the black chick.
The lefty.
Yeah.
She was cooking, but then it stopped too in the fourth quarter for her.
But because she's no threat though. She's like a spot up shooter.
Yeah, unless she's slashing. She got a slash or
you put the white girl out there. Is it
Samuelson?
Samuelson.
She's one dimensional and she's a defensive liability too. Mm-hmm. So it's like keep Wheeler out there at least so you can put points on the board. Because at that point you're up 17. You just got to keep the lead.
You got to shoot. You got to score more because they're coming back. And they was coming. They came back on layups.
Yeah, Angel could score, but you can't keep. Every time Angel score, y'all have to come down the court and score a bucket. But then you make it a one-on-one matchup against Angel against this no-name center.
Well, Alyssa Smith's not. She's no name to you, but she's not a no name.
Man, that pissed me off, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was watching it and she came down and she made that move and she shot that airball layup, I was like, Jameson and threw his hat at the TV.
Because Angel let her. Hey, Angel, seeing how out of control she was, she just
let her go.
Let her go.
And just let her overshoot the whole. Mm-hmm. She was right by the bucket.
That what you do. Let him go.
Pissed me off, bro. But with that being said, it still shows you Caitlin's effect. Look at Chicago ticket scales. The lowest ticket was 358. Chance the Rapper was there. All these people are there finally.
But
finally, don't look at any other game.
No.
I get the Caitlin.
Cheryl Swoops has been the only person supporting her every game. Dog.
But I'll say this. I will say this. Look at Chicago Sky's sales. Since Angel Reese's came, they've sold out every game. I'm not saying that they're doing the venues that Caitlin is causing in certain markets.
Yeah.
But the signing of Angel Reese and Cardoza to Chicago, they have been selling out every game. They've been making those numbers. Now, I don't know if the ticket sales was the same, but they have been selling out because their merch, like Angel Reese jersey, sold out within minutes. I got one. I ain't got one today, but I got one. But I'm saying, so I see the Caitlin effect in certain markets. I can't say that the Chicago game was only about her. I feel like that game was both of them only because Chicago is selling out every single game.
Yeah,
that's why they didn't move venues.
But how do you justify to the Chicago? Because the average Chicagoan can't afford a $358 ticket.
No. That one, no. That one is.
That's what I'm saying. So like you're selling out because you're selling the tickets for $20-some like they do in Washington when old girl not here. But when she walks into the stadium, now your tickets go up 3 times the amount, 5 times the amount. Chance the Rapper, everybody wants to be front row.
Well, that's the thing, though.
It kind of speaks for itself. Like y'all ain't coming to see Reese because you can see Reese every night she here.
But it's the thing, though. They're coming to see Reese. The issue is, and this is a person who has the league pass.
Yeah.
They only make sure that the Fever games are on.
Of course.
When the league, I put the
that's
league
the
pass,
issue.
And the very first game came on, it was the Fever played first, and then it was the Fever and Chicago played. They blacked out the Chicago game. The only game you could watch was the Fever.
Yeah.
So you got these games, and the eyes are only on these celebrities when these people are there. That's the issue. Like when Angel Reese went to Atlanta, and you saw 2 Chainz and all of them at the game. They go to the game all the time.
Yeah.
But these people are here, so now we're highlighting these people being here. Because, like we say, bro, I'm not knocking Caitlin Clark, but the media made a certain narrative and a certain thing. So now when they have to navigate it, a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like in college, because this is the thing. In college, no one knew who Caitlin Clark was until the Louisville game, and her and Kaylee Van Lith got into it, and she hit her with the move, right? Then they played South Carolina, and it was the famous thing was her not playing Raven Johnson, and then her saying, "Well, I know she can't shoot." Now you came to LSU. They packed you up, got you up out of there. Angel Reese do this. Now Angel Reese is unsportsmanlike, oh my God, she this, she that. They created the narrative that day.
Yeah.
Then you fast forward, they come back, they playing South Carolina, who we knew Dawn Staley wasn't losing. She don't lose to nobody twice. It's just in her resume. She don't lose to no team twice. They come back, they beat them in a championship game. And when you look at the interviews, even though South Carolina won, every highlight talked about Caitlin first, then South Carolina winning second. So you missed that point. Dawn Staley go do an interview with Gayle King. Gayle King tell her she broke America's heart by beating Caitlin Clark. Who was voting for Iowa? Like who was out here and like all of America was like, I want Caitlin Clark to win? No.
That is the dumbest shit in the world.
You know what I'm saying?
But think about that though, right? Gayle King as a black woman telling another black woman that you broke my heart because the white woman lost.
Yeah.
It was dead serious. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a game. She was dead serious.
People love
and
the underdog.
You look because the thing about
Fuck
it is
the underdog on this one, man.
No,
like, look,
but how do you? But this is the thing though. You can't be the underdog and the cash cow in the same sentence.
No, she ain't the underdog. In Iowa, she was the underdog. Now she's just a damn nuisance that I am seriously tired of hearing about.
Because it doesn't matter.
But you won't stop hearing about it until
the reason why I'm tired of hearing about it,
change the optics of it because
right,
it's making it so noticeable. Like it's so noticeable.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
That's why.
But why are you making it so noticeable? Like with the girl Monica McNutt, who she played for Maryland, so so I know who she is. But look, if you're focused on her, right, is one way. You're like if you think about it, the original interviews when they started before she came was WNBA be on the lookout. She's going to cook y'all. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. Diana Taurasi make a statement as a competitor. She's a hater. She's a hater. She gets to the league. Oh, you got to give her time to adjust. No, you didn't say she had to adjust. You said 3 months ago when she walked in the building, y'all better bow down because she's going to rain terror on you. Now you done put that out there. You have to ride with that. Like if LeBron, think about it. I don't care what nobody say. Melo was going to Detroit.
Yeah.
Cleveland draft LeBron. Y'all don't draft Melo. Y'all draft Darko Milicic. And I say that to say this. When LeBron lost in high school, who did he lose to? Melo. You put him in the East with those veterans. There was nobody in Detroit who predicated themselves on offense. Everybody predicated themselves playing defensively. You put Melo in that system with all those guys, those vets, Tayshaun, Chauncey's, the Bens, the Rasheeds, and the Maxwells, and all them. LeBron is going to be great because LeBron's going to be great, but he's not making the playoffs. Certain runs that he made, you're not making because when he beat Boston, no, not Boston, Detroit. When he beat Detroit in that series, right? He just finally something in his head said, I'm bigger than everybody. I'm faster than everybody. I'm just going to run through and dunk, right? Who was the offensive person on Detroit that was able to counteract that? Nobody. They didn't even play Darko Milicic.
Yeah.
You put Melo in that thing, we talking something different. This, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even. And if LeBron would have came in the league and didn't kill the way he did his rookie season, because that's the one thing I will say. LeBron came in and he did LeBron. You're the chosen one. He came in and went off. First game, 21 points. Second game, 24. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in and did damage. So it made it easy for you to ride the narrative. But we're not gonna sit and act like LeBron was the rookie of the year outright that rookie season. That's Melo's award.
I think that's really what this too is about.
If not, it's a co-MVP.
He made a good point.
You look at the Angel Reese and you look at Caitlin Clark. Like no one thought what Angel Reese did would go to the league.
It's going to be the fight for the rookie MVP. It's going to be out of Reese and Clark.
And when you look at it,
we know who they're going to get.
Clark came in. She was the hands down favorite.
I will say if Reese continues doing, because she just did what only person that ever did it was Asia Wilson.
8 straight games, double doubles.
Yeah, like she hit 20 and 25 and 15.
Yeah, so it's like she's closing in. She's closing in on Candace Parker record.
Yeah,
Candace Parker record had the record for 12 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like she keep doing what she's doing.
Well, no, think about it though. I think Candace got the. I don't think Candace got the 12 straight. I think she got 12 that year. But if she did, it wasn't her rookie season. It was like later on.
I know. We got to look it up because I know they were talking about it when she got her 8th.
But rookie season, it was Asia. I think Asia had 8 as the rookie. And again, that's why I say it's different when you look at it, because Chicago's not running offensive sets for Angel. Angel is going out there getting out the mud.
She's cleaning up the board. Yeah,
she getting out the mud. Clark is the person with the ball in Indiana.
Yeah, the reason why I say they missed the opportunity on it being a rivalry because of their history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not looking at it on how they played a position. I'm just looking at it. You could have picked Iowa versus Chicago for however long those two play against each other, just because of how everything has played out so far in their career.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's still going to always be like that because it's a part of America that still feels some type of way that Angel Reese did what she did to Clark when she lost. And then there's another part that was happy that when Angel Reese lost and Clark won. So I think like that battle was going to be that the whole time. I just feel that the fact that they don't play each other. Because like it's different when you see
yeah, you're never gonna get the
when you say Katie and LeBron,
the head-to-head matchup.
When you see Magic and Bird. Bird was a small forward.
Yeah.
Magic played the 1 through the 5. He was a point guard, but when it was time to play against them, he would go. But it was also stint off in college. Because remember, college, they guarded each other, Indiana State versus Michigan State.
But I think it's cool too. I think we look at it from the man's point of view, but I think it's a cool rivalry for a women's point of view because you get to see both people doing what they're both good at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who's making their team better? And at this moment, Angel Reese is making her team
win
better. Like so, so every win is going to be like, man, Angel is like willing her team. Like,
because it's the attitude and the mindset, right?
Yeah.
Like that screenshot that Deron put in the group chat.
Yeah.
Right? When the old girl taking a shot and look at Clark's body language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I guarantee you, because you're so used to the ball being in your hand and coach basically gave you the green light, there's a ton of tape with a teammate taking a shot and her throwing her damn hands.
I told y'all that. I told y'all I seen that in person. I was like, I seen it in person. Like that's one thing I did see in person. Like
so when everybody keeps saying, "Oh, her teammates got to ride for her," maybe it's a reason why they ain't riding for her.
Yeah, her and Willard do very well together. I know she talked about their relationship. Like Willard took her in right first day in. And
I heard Willard talking about it. Like, I ain't tripping. It's my job to help her.
Other ones deal with it.
Nah,
I think Boston and Willard probably cool with her because they understand, hey, the big picture. But I think other women are like, hey, y'all, we got to make this roster every year. Like, we got to make it.
Like, but like, you guaranteed, I got to get mine.
Yeah, like, I think it's gonna be a good rivalry though. I ain't gonna lie, I was very impressed. I'll give Angel Reese that. Like, that was like, it was almost like a her come out moment to a certain extent.
Yeah, that was her. That game was her coming out part.
Yeah, like I think now
on the national stage, it lets y'all know, like, listen, I'm
like
here.
You tried to bully me. You tried all the antics, right? To try to get in my head and make me lose my cool. I kept my composure.
But
then
you know what's
dominated.
crazy that nobody's not talking about though? Take away Caitlin, dog. Look how Angel Reese is 10 times better than that center from South Carolina.
Talking about Cardoza?
Yes.
See that, but
nobody's talking.
But Cardoza ain't getting a fair shot yet because remember she came off the injury. She's behind though. She came off and she got hurt right as the season started.
You got to find out how to play them. You got to find out how to play them together. I think Angel got shooting too.
But this is the thing too though, because if you follow it, that you'll know. The original starting center is hurt.
Who's the original?
I can't think of her name, but it's a lady. It's a lady that's injured. So it's supposed to have been that lady, Cardoza, then Angel. That's why the new girl, Alyssa, they're gonna like Alyssa Smith, something like that.
Yeah. She's
getting more minutes because it's Angel and Cardoza, but it was supposed to be another person there.
Gotcha.
It's supposed to be that I can't think of her name, but it's supposed to have been her.
Parker.
It's supposed to be the one that was behind Parker. She took over, so it's supposed to be her, then Cardoza, then like Angel and them come in. But she's hurt, so it's them.
I would love to see Angel do what she does I've seen her film of her working out. She has a mid range. I would love
her form is funny though.
It is, but she can short and she don't miss free throws.
No, she don't miss free throws. The girl shoot free. It's so quick too.
Like so, I would love to see her step out a little bit, allow Cardoza to get her feet wet and crashing the board.
Because she hit that shot right. If she starts shooting that midi with confidence, I think she starts shooting that midi with confidence. It will open her game, and I feel like she's going to do that this offseason.
Yeah, she's gonna have to.
Yeah. Cool. I think that was the best talk we done had about them two together. I think I like that one. I like that. All right. We got one more, man. I know y'all boys work nice here. Let me see here. Got one more.
This guy.
Before I say I told you so, I told you so.
This guy.
That's just bullshit.
This is LeBron's league.
First of all, happy birthday. Second of all, what misconceptions or concerns about you that you've heard in the last few weeks are you the most looking forward to dispelling when you're the coach?
Hey, pause it real quick. This is why he already get on my fucking nerves, man. Did you see how he looked at her as she's asking that question?
Wait till you see what he's gonna say.
Yeah, all right, go ahead, continue.
It's a valid question, and I've certainly heard everything. It's been a really interesting 6 weeks or so, just in terms of being part of the engagement farming industry. It's been really interesting. However, I don't really have a great answer for your question because I really don't give a fuck. Honestly, I want to coach the Lakers. I want to coach the team. I don't want to dispel anything. I don't. I want to become a great coach in the NBA, and I want to win championships, and I want my players to maximize their careers. That's all I fucking care about.
First of all, I'm gonna need him to tone down his language.
Not me.
I want him to tone down his.
But
I'm gonna explain you why, Duran.
I'll tell you why I do it in a second. But go ahead.
Only reason why I want him to tone down his language because you didn't earn it. Okay. Period. If he would have earned that, if that was Sam Cassell saying that,
yeah,
cool, bruh. Your black brother, your black stepbrother, got you this job, dog. This disappointment. It's so crazy because I hate that we missed them. I apologize to the world that I had to run and go to Vegas because we've been predicting everything that has happened so far, dog. We literally said this, man. I told you Hurley was never going to get the job. It was set up for Redick. and that LeBron never looks out for his people, dog, and you're seeing it, dog. You don't make a comment like that, dog. If a black coach would have answered that question and said, I don't give a F, you would have been fired the next day. You wouldn't even got to coach your first day.
That would have been the league conversation on fucking Get Up.
But we not even talking about it. Like we listen. This I'm gonna tell you why I love it. And this is the reason why. All the shit that he's given past eras of basketball, coaches, all this, all this arrogance. I want this. I want that. I want that guy that guy that you was when you was on ESPN and you clown Doc Rivers and these guys and all these people, right?
I know where you leading to now.
I want you to have that same arrogance now, because you know what? Now you are the person that they're talking about on SportsCenter. Because we can be real. JJ Redick at Duke was one of the greatest college basketball players that we've seen in our era, that we've seen. He was a shooter. That boy was amazing at Duke, right? I forgot he was in the NBA until he played for the Clippers that year for Doc Rivers, and he had the breakout game on Martin Luther King Day. Other than that, we look at your career, you have a mediocre career. You talk about Kobe and all these great players who are way better than you. You talk about the guys in the past, the Kuzis and all them. And they had 9 to 5s and still came to the gym and put in better numbers than you when all you had to do was play basketball. But your arrogance says that you are this and you're whatever. So cool. I want all of that. And the reason why I want that is because I want you to hold yourself to the same standard you held everybody else to. You want to coach the Lakers, you're going to do whatever. Cool. If somebody draft Bronny before the Lakers and you don't have LeBron, what are you going to do? You do have LeBron and y'all not winning. What are you going to do? I want this, like, I'm giving you that bar that we give everybody else. They got mad at Angel Reese. Y'all, they crucified her with the Caitlin Clark thing when, she hit her with the ring joint. Then they lost, and they was talking about it, and she was like, that's cool, I'll be the villain. JJ, you made yourself a villain the way you always talk about the past errors like you were that guy in your era. Now you're coaching. I've never seen a head coach hire in my years of living in the media say, you know what? Well, we can't really judge what he's going to do because he's never done it. We've seen coaches with resumes. What is he going to do in this level? Yeah, you did it in college. Well, could you do it here? Or you did it in high school. Could you do it in college? How you have no resume and all of a sudden you're absolved from all the BS? No. I want that. I want that energy. Because when y'all go 0-17, I want you to be on the same thing. I don't give a fuck about nothing y'all talking about. I'm trying to do this. I want the same energy, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want none of it. You came in the door with that. You got to rock with that energy right there, period.
The dumbest hire in fucking sports history. Like, this is so stupid, right? Now, I was talking to my brother Sean about this. Now, I get the whole aspect of y'all hoping you can catch lightning in a bottle. You hoping he turns into Steve Kerr, Pat Riley. Okay, I hear all that. But what I'm going to tell you right now, and we've all played and we all been in locker rooms, that condescending, arrogance ass attitude with dudes that are making 20 to 30 million more than you ain't going to fly. Like, regardless if you LeBron boy or not. Right? And we know LeBron had everything to do with this. Like, that's easy. Like, you literally had him do a fucking interview. You literally had him do an interview. The Mind the Game podcast was JJ Redick interview process. Show me how you can break down X's and O's and what positions will you put me in and you think we can be successful. But like his attitude, man, and what, like, he don't know that Los Angeles media about to eat his ass alive.
I don't.
He said he is him. He said, I am him. Y'all need to bow down. Don't be asking me dumbass questions because I don't give a fuck. That's what he's saying.
I think I got a inkling though that LeBron's not going to be there, dog.
He's not. I don't think he's going to be there.
And it's not even. It's. I think for two reasons. One, he has enough respect for JJ Redick to allow him to go through his maturation process without LeBron being one of his barriers.
All right, so I'm gonna counter this. I'm gonna counter that, right? Because now I'm thinking of the Dwayne Wade situation.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna have me come here, right? Like how Dwayne Wade opted out, how they all planned it to opt out and re-sign, and then you bounce back to Cleveland. You cost me $20 million. So it's the same thing if I'm JJ Redick. You're gonna have me take this job, and then you're gonna leave me where we ain't gonna have shit.
He different.
Right?
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you the difference between the two. D Wade, you knew this was a possibility that wasn't gonna come back. You knew that when we first had the conversation about playing together, I wanted you and Bosh to come to Cleveland with me. I wanted y'all to come here, but y'all didn't want to play in Cleveland. So y'all didn't want to play in Cleveland. We wasn't going to Toronto. We're gonna go to New York. New York dropped the ball. So now we going back to Wade County. D Wade would have been a dumbass to think that LeBron wouldn't have held that on if they wouldn't have won. Because you can think about it. They went 2-2 in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, he gonna leave and change the narrative. D Wade would have been dumb to think that. Now, JJ Redick, on the other hand, you can't say shit because guess what? You know that you wouldn't have got this job without me. So it don't matter if I stay or leave. And if I stay, you better not say nothing to me. And if I leave, you still don't say nothing to me.
I think he feels too that, hey, I am leaving you with AD.
Yeah, you got AD.
The league keeps acting like
y'all keep acting like I ain't a Lakers fan. Like I don't watch all this shit.
The locker room.
I'm not an AD fan. That's just my
me. That's what I'm saying. As a Laker fan,
he get hurt.
LeBron about to do the same thing he did to every organization he done went to. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna make you bend to my rules. Once I see I can't win here no more, I'm looking for the next super team I can take my ass to, and whatever bear shit y'all got left, y'all got left.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
But
that's how LeBron does it.
JJ Redick, with all the arrogance and everything, he would be dumb as hell if his first draft pick was Bronny James.
Yeah, completely stupid.
But I'm telling y'all what they can do though. And it'll still make the team attractive.
And what's that?
You take that 17 and 55 pick
and trade it and get DeMar DeRozan.
You trade, you can either get DeMar or you just go get PG.
Mm-hmm.
Well, DeRozan a free agent, so you ain't got to trade for him.
But you can get DeMar and get PG.
See, I don't want PG.
You don't? You don't like PG?
PG is a shorter fucking version of Anthony Davis. When it's time to count on him,
gotcha.
Can I ask you a question?
Never there.
Do you want PG or you want Bronny?
Neither one.
But you got to pick one.
Fuck that. We can trade the 17th and the 55 for DeJounte Murray.
I'll take DeJounte. At least I can play him. I would take that. I can play him right now.
I would take pick up DeRozan in free agency, trade that pick for Murray. Now you got Murray, DeRozan, AD.
I can play him right now. To work with. You still got Hachimura, AR.
You still got Reeves. Now we got something to work with.
I think that's what's going to happen. Though I think that LeBron has enough respect for JJ to not just leave him with just AD, but to understand like, hey man, here's your scenario, especially with me leaving, getting off y'all books.
Because he already off the books.
All right, so we're because me and Fry.
Think about it. He already off the books.
LeBron.
Where'd he go?
LeBron doesn't care where he goes as long as he goes with Bronny. LeBron feels like I could go anywhere
And that's where
the Lakers
go anywhere, and I do not want to hear him in the GOAT debate no more.
They going to Phoenix.
Like legit. If he hits his,
he might go up the road to Golden State.
If he goes to another super team to try to get his fifth, I don't want to hear another conversation about him being the GOAT.
They're gonna call him the GOAT because he's gonna be the first one to ever get his fifth with his son.
But it's bullshit, right?
If he went with his son, they gonna give it to him.
But how many times do they try to take away Kobe's first three?
Every time they talk about
it. But they're not gonna take this away.
But they're not. But see, I'm going somewhere with this.
They don't take away.
So they try to take away Kobe.
They don't take away none of LeBron's championships. He went to Miami. Everybody act like D Wade wasn't always a champion before he got there.
Yeah,
look at D
Wade's and if LeBron plays 50%, and not even 50%, if he plays 30% of himself in that Dallas series, Miami is looking at a three-peat. Yeah. Like you can't be in a GOAT debate when JJ Barea and Jason Terry locked you up on defense. Like get the fuck out of here.
But if you want to be real, Ray Allen saved them in the San Antonio.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
they could have went 1-3 versus 2-4.
To be honest with you,
he can go win with his son all he wants. I know the LeBron, because I can care less. I don't give a fuck you wear a Laker jersey or not. So all the LeBron lovers are gonna be like, oh, he's the greatest and all.
But
that.
they're gonna do that because it's what happens is they erase the past, and when I say that, you can go back. I don't know if y'all saw the episode on Gilbert Arenas podcast. When a debate happened, they talked about AI versus Steph Curry.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I watched it.
And Brandon Jennings basically was like, in his mind, I don't think he meant it how he
meant the disrespect exactly how he said it. Yeah, he did.
No. I'm not talking about. But he was like, y'all era was trash. That era was trash. Gil's era was trash. So AI, so if Steph would have went to AI, he could have still did the same thing. No, he couldn't have. But the new generation likes to erase the past. Like, before it was like everybody knew Jerry Rice hands down was one of the best receivers to ever play football.
Yeah.
Forget statistics. We just going just the eyeball. When people say best, they say Jerry, right? Jerry did he ran hills every day.
Yep.
That's what he did. That was his workout. You have the Tyreek Hills, and you have the Megatrons, you have the TOs, and a lot of these other guys that came after, right? They never discredit who was before them. It was like Jerry was my bar. I'm trying to get here. When it comes to the NBA, they'll be like, oh, he couldn't do this, but we could do this, so we're better because we do this now. But it's like, no, you actually started doing what you're doing because this was so crazy. Y'all had to figure out a way to avoid this.
Yeah, like how can you be better than the best?
You know what I'm saying? People disrespect overseas players, and they be like, oh, man, the overseas guys this, overseas guys that. And then you realize that some of these guys have played overseas. And I'm like, well, if overseas was so trash, how come you only averaged 6 points when you was in Italy? You in the NBA, but when you was in Italy, you averaged 6 damn points. So clearly they wasn't that trash because they held you down. Now you got to the league and they're not playing as much defense. Ain't no hand checking, ain't no physicality. Now you score more. Now you puffing your chest and you talking shit.
But it's only one reason there's even a GOAT debate that nobody will ever talk about, probably until LeBron's done. It's only one reason why there's even a debate. And that reason is because
There's good money in it.
No, it's not just that. I'm talking about Jordan is my GOAT.
It should be everybody GOAT.
But with that being said, the reason why he's not everybody GOAT is because Jordan didn't try to do more than be a basketball player. Our world today is so sensitive that we think that our players have to be politicians, activists. LeBron wins the GOAT.
Not an activist.
No, I'm just saying.
But that's not what should be the GOAT debate.
But that's the truth, though. Nobody doesn't bring it up because they don't want to bring that into sport.
All right, so then we're talking about a completely different narrative then, because we're no longer talking about that. So then if you're going to compare him to anybody, you compare him to Muhammad Ali. right? You take because we're taking sports out of it.
Nope, can't compare to Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali really felt
Johnson.
and believed in who he was.
You compare,
but I'm just saying, as far as doing off, if we're going to include everything they're doing besides their sport and off the court, right? Then we're looking at you're not even talking about sports no more as far as the GOAT. He's just a great fucking person then. That's what you're talking about.
But that's what the GOAT means to today's world, yo. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see what you're saying. I see what you trust me, I agree. But that's what people don't want to say. That's the only reason he's in this debate, bro. Because if it was about talent, Kobe is above LeBron.
Yeah, it's to me, it's Jordan, then Kobe.
It's just, you see what I mean?
You know what I mean? Some people can flip it. I'm a huge Laker fan. I'm a Kobe fan. But it's Kobe then Jordan for me.
But Kobe never got the accolades that LeBron gets because Kobe never did anything for society outside of female basketball.
But has LeBron?
That's what people think, though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They feel like he opened.
So he did, and I'm saying he did the school. That's cool.
That hasn't
passed nobody graduated.
That nobody passed the test since
he spoke up on certain issues. Like
he did a school.
I hate it. It's smoke and mirrors.
He did a school and nobody passed the daggone test.
Nobody.
It's smoke and mirrors, right? It's good PR. That's all it is, man.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the GOAT debate. They don't care about it has nothing to do with his sports world. It's because the world today feels that if you're not an overall person, Jordan never talked about any of this nonsense. He didn't care. He still sells more sneakers than LeBron will ever sell. You know what I mean?
He literally was an owner and he was still wearing my jerseys.
Yeah.
You're number 23 because of me. You got, like you said, you got people that will go crazy to this day over a shoe from a player that they wasn't even born when they was playing basketball.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's the only thing. That's the only reason it's a GOAT debate because of that. The world doesn't tell y'all. They only want to talk about the sports accolades while they're on TV. But when they turn off their TV, all those sports guys are saying, "Man, LeBron did this for society. LeBron did this for society." That's all it's about.
Yeah.
That's
but it's like, what did he really do, bro?
And now he getting white people jobs. So he definitely the GOAT.
He been doing them right. He been getting them jobs.
Like he's definitely finna be the GOAT now. Like that's why I've been telling everybody, man. This dude is not for us, dog. Like I keep telling people that. I think he's a great basketball player. I think he did some amazing things for an 18-year-old walking into an NBA man's league when it was still a good dominant league.
Yeah.
When to me, after his Cleveland years, when they started making these big threes, to me, that's when the super, like once the super teams came on, it's almost hard to say people are GOATs because
my thing was
shut down Kobe getting Chris Paul.
Yeah, this is the other argument I had.
I'm still mad about that. Like,
I'm pissed off about that one.
Like
so we had him.
How many championships would Kobe have? Probably 8.
If Shaq worked out, Kenyon Martin even said it. If Shaq took the game half as serious as Kobe did,
we challenging Boston records. We challenging Boston type records.
Yeah.
You talking about them two still like. You talking about Boston type records,
right,
like
because even Shaq said it. Because think about it, bro. Shaq said we three-peated and we ain't like each other. So imagine if we started to like each other and we kept the business. We didn't let the business become an issue.
Yeah.
You wasn't stopping Shaq.
Yeah.
Hell, Shaq left and then won in Miami.
That's what I was saying. He proved that in Miami.
And then Kobe goes to 3 straight with Gasol. You know what I mean? Like easily.
And
you're looking at 8. Yeah,
where
like
the hell
looking at 8. Man, he probably like he caught that money from Philly. He probably overseas somewhere living like Skywalker.
Like it's crazy. That's why I tell people. Like that's why I love our show. That's why I love about what we're doing because we're gonna like people don't look at it from those angles. People would never say the things that need to be said. That dude is only in the GOAT debate because the world today.
Yeah, and they been did that. Stephen A. Smith, all of them do that. That's why I don't listen. Like it's nonsense, man. Like it's so stupid when you do that.
It's contradictory when you can tell when people are making statements based on the money. Like, I don't know Skip Bayless, but at least I can say for the years that I've been following him, from back when him and Stephen A. when they were on First Take together, like when Stephen A. first came, whatever, when cold pizza was the thing.
Right.
He's been consistent. He loves the Cowboys to death, and he loves the Spurs. And then he always finds a villain that I feel like he hates on. But he's consistent in that hate or that whatever for that person. I hate, like, you can change your opinion. I can be like, yo, I don't really fuck with Norris like that, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then later, 6 months later, come back and be like, yo, a couple months ago, I ain't fuck with Norris. But then, you know, this happened and I turned over and I feel like this. They don't even do that. They just turn the corner like you ain't see the last episode when they was talking all this shit and holding people accountable. Or they'll avoid it altogether, but then it's like, oh, well, you're making $20 million a year. You're doing that because this is what's protecting your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
And so you're like, this is what you got to do. But it's like, even with Skip or certain people, it's like, at least I will say they come out and say stuff and it's like, all right, cool. At least you was being real with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be human, but don't act like don't gaslight me like you just ain't say, oh, they be like, oh yeah, man, Norris said that DeRon was trash in basketball. And now he's saying he was one of the best he ever seen. And then you be like, I never said that. Man, no, DeRon is, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we saw the episode 1. You said they act like this shit ain't even happening.
They do that shit all. That's what be driving me so crazy. Like watching when we start talking about football.
ESPN, bro. I stopped watching. You know the only thing I watch on ESPN is Wilbon and Cornhouse, their show.
Partner Interruption.
Yeah.
I watched Partner Interruption and I watched the what's the other one where they get points?
Oh, I know exactly.
Can't think of the name of it. I watched that because at least they be consistent in what they're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it right now.
I would stick to Gil now, man.
Oh no,
I watch a bunch of podcasts now.
I fool with
podcasts and battle rap.
Yep. So
I like Gil. Who else?
I like Camelo's show. I mean,
I love Melo. Your Melo joint. Yeah. I like Melo joint.
I like theirs. They have a lot of lifestyle, but I like how they talk realistic about stuff.
I like Steve Jack and Matt Barnes too.
I like them every now and then. It depends who they got on. Shaq's show ain't bad either.
Yeah, I caught a couple of his.
Show ain't bad either.
You see?
But before we close the day, we only can play a snippet of this so we don't get copyrighted. But I think we have to play a little snippet of it because, you know, the whole basketball world went viral.
You ain't have to do your boy like that, man.
What did y'all think about that, y'all?
So, because me and Keanu was talking about it.
Oh, man.
It's hilarious to me, right? Like now it's to the point, like I told you, if he don't drop something like Ether or hit him up, and he in middle of like the Air Canada Center, how Kendrick Lamar just had every gang member in LA. He had Westbrook and DeRozan crip walking. Like, look, if Drake don't do something like that, I don't want to hear from him no more. Like, you can't sing. This ain't no Meek Mill battle. And then you know Kendrick got another one in the clip. Oh, he got one. He's sitting on one. I guarantee you he's sitting on one. He's waiting for Drake to respond.
And I'm a huge Drake fan, bro.
I know. We seen the tattoo.
But this song...
We still need to talk about that, but, you know.
This song, dog, like... I didn't... You know what? And you know how you could really be in denial when you're a true fan.
Because you can't even hate that song.
I ain't even pay attention to the song until they all were on stage.
Yeah, now you like that song, don't you?
Huh?
Well, now you like that song. He gonna look Fry said he gonna crip walk at his ceremony.
I said, I'm about to create us an intro with this in the background, like, because I was like, man, like outside of I don't think my boy no pedophile, but outside of all that, bro.
Well,
The
Well,
bars.
this is the thing though.
Bars
You
are
gotta
dope.
listen. Well, this is the thing though. When you
crazy.
listen to the bars of the song,
They crack.
Yeah.
you gotta actually listen. The pedophile thing, see, people listening to the joint, but you gotta listen. And the part where he's like certified love boy, certified pedophile, he's talking about Drake, but he's also talking about his crew.
Yeah, dudes are with him are being charged for that.
Right. So he's like he literally names a guy like he got a certain charge or something.
Yeah.
And he's saying it, and then he says that part, but everybody just hear the Drake part. But I think it was a play on words. Like I don't think it was a shot at Drake necessarily, but it was a shot at this is who is in your crew.
Yeah.
So if you met Drake and Drake like, oh, you got any friends? One of his friends really don't want your friend. He wants your little sister. But it's definitely listen.
But when he said, "I'm finna pass on this body," I'm John Stockton. Beat that.
Listen,
out of the Bible. God's watch.
Yeah, he did him wrong, man.
He did him very disrespectful.
I never wanted to accept defeat, but when that came viral and everybody was on that stage, you see,
like, I don't know if you used to watch wrestling, but you know how the Undertaker would do the coffin match.
Yeah,
close that lid.
But it brought, and then he brought killers together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was
unless
blue flag, red flags together. Like,
so where is Drake going? Right? I'm just saying because like
they go to Bahamas.
Part of his history is he acts like whoever he hanging out with.
And
right?
he,
So
and
you
he
gonna go
kind
to
of messed
Houston?
up. When he name dropped the guys in Atlanta.
Yeah,
he can't go do a song with them. He named certain things, and then you're seeing stuff like, hey, you think it's coincidence that they kept showing LeBron at the concert when the song came on?
Nope.
All
They
these
made it a point
clips
to let
that circus that all these clips that surfaced that went around. They show LeBron at the concert, and automatically my mind when that happened, who walked out Bronny when he came back from his cardiac arrest, from his heart surgery? Drake.
Yeah, he walked on stage with Drake.
Drake welcomed him out. And now this, like, it's a play on everything.
But I think LeBron's gonna also use that. Like, I seen the interview with DJ Mustard and Big Boy, and DJ Mustard was saying it's just music at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, it ain't no real battle. Like,
He was like, if Drake, he said if Drake needs a beat, I'm gonna give Drake a beat. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why.
So,
that's why. Now that we're older, I hate it being called a rap beef. Y'all ain't going Biggie and Pac level.
Technically, it is a rap beef.
Strictly rap beef.
Technically, it is a rap beef. When you think about it, it is a rap beef because that's what they're keeping it on wax. I think the thing is when we came up, we saw the Biggie and Pac thing. That beef had nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
And we try to, I don't know, like, I love that it stays on wax. I think the only thing that I had with the whole thing was, and it's not an issue, it was just the fan in me. I would have loved to see Kendrick and J. Cole spar. Like, I didn't want it to be crazy. Like, like, I don't want nobody, but I would love to see a lyrical sparring match between the two. But when
I would have loved that because
he said what he said, I understood what he said, but I also, part of me took it as he know that it ain't real beef. See, what Pusha T, what I love about Pusha T, when they talked about Pusha T and the Drake shit, remember he did the Drink Champs, and he was talking, and Pusha was like, no, I don't want to do no song with him. No one, like, he got a real, like, that's an issue.
Yeah.
And I can respect it.
Yeah.
J. Cole knew, like, this wasn't no real issue, so I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah, that's why he even said it on the song, like, close to the end. You know what I mean? He's like, you still my boy, but if this is what I got to do, this is what I'll do. Like, I wish he would have, but I think he might have kind of felt it was going to get petty because it got real stupid. Some of them songs were real dumb. And it was like two females bickering.
He got real crazy. He started talking about like he was talking about that man friends and
I hate the
think
way
about
you
it.
look.
When you listen to that, when you listen to They Not Like Us and you listen to he's taking shots at Drake and his whole crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's comparing it to basically when you think about what is it? TDE is the only thing that they can say in this 2024, so they can't even say that now. It did one of the dudes from TDE come out and say he claimed, I mean, not he identifies as gay. Was Isaiah Rashad?
Isaiah Rashad.
Isaiah Rashad, right?
Yeah, after
it's 2024. So what you gonna do? You gonna come out and be like, oh, one of your dudes in your crew is gay?
Yeah.
No,
and lose a whole fan base.
Right. Like how 50 Cent killed Ja Rule was y'all call yourselves Murder Inc. Every song you say it's murder, but you're doing a song in a sock hop dress in the Letterman's jacket. Right. And then Ja Rule, instead of just being like whatever, he tried to change up, and it was like
he came back with clap back and all that.
Yeah. Man, we had to dance to that in the military E club. That's how you know. You should have stuck to your songs you was doing with Ashanti, bro. Like just stick to the recipe what you said.
Tell you, man. I just wanted to play that to end it, man. I was like, I hate to.
I'm gonna watch that game. I didn't even know that.
I was like,
You got your boy up out of there, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping he
comes out of there.
Right now, I'm just hoping I'm hoping he just locked up somewhere about to drop something that he needs to drop.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right because it's summertime. If this boy come out with some song that he's singing,
he normally has something in the summertime.
He better come out with, like I said, look, it better be.
We need another
like when I was riding around Dresden and Beanie Siegel dropped "Put Your Hand." He need to drop some shit like that. Y'all remember when "Put Your Hands Up" came out and Beanie went at Jada? Like you need summer riding around music. Motherfuckers going to play ball too. Like so we about to ride out.
He don't even have to come back with beef. He just needs to come back with a great.
Yeah, even if he don't respond to Kendrick, he just got to come back with some heat.
He's got to come back with some heat.
You just gotta drop a smash and maybe throw, do the Jay-Z shit. I'm gonna throw a couple shots, couple of innuendos in there, see if you catch them. The subliminals, and then keep it moving.
And before we close, how would y'all feel though if his album comes out and Kendrick's on Drake's album?
Then it's all bullshit. And then the beef was to get Kendrick his buzz back. That legitimately be what the beef was about. Because Kendrick was dormant for a minute. We didn't hear him until he did the Future song and started everything, right? Kendrick, man, he disappeared for like 3 years, be up in the mountains and shit. Y'all know when he gonna drop an album because he come back, his hair look crazy.
He don't look crazy no more now because he's single.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, think about it. Every time Kendrick drop an album, he look homeless.
He lived in New York.
I thought him and the girl was back together. They're still together.
Are they back together now?
I don't know. I don't pay
thought
attention.
They were married and shit. I don't know.
I thought they was married.
I know they still married, but I know they were living. They were saying he was living in New York and she was somewhere else.
Yeah, but see, you got to think, man. Dudes were feeding people information, and how much of that is true? You literally had somebody in Kendrick camp say, "Yeah, Drake called us." I threw him some bullshit. Like,
look, I know Clark and Angel Reese playing on the same. They on the same squad for the All-Star game.
When?
For the WNBA All-Star game.
What they play against the Olympic team?
I don't know if it's the one that's playing against the Olympic team, but I know that's right. Their All-Star team does do that, don't they?
Yeah, their All-Star team play against the Olympic team.
Oh, but then it's her and Angel Reese on the same team.
What day? What day is it?
I don't know. I just remember getting it. Let me look. I'll find out.
That's crazy. I didn't know they did it. They play against
when it's during that time frame, like when the Olympic team is getting ready, because it's in the middle of their season.
It's let's find out. They in Phoenix this year. Oh, bruh. That game July 20th.
Okay.
I ain't gonna see it. I'm gonna be in the Bahamas. I ain't gonna see it. I ain't even gonna act like.
You gonna act like you gonna when you pay attention.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna act like I'm watching. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend. No, I'm not gonna pretend.
All right, man. It was good, man. Hopefully everybody enjoys this episode. We're gonna get back on track now, so we should be recording another one this week as well. This is episode 3 of Vet Shooting Game. It's your boy Norris.
Duran.
Your boy Young.
And we out.